I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls. Talk to me. Tell me. What secrets do you have? One arm says, there's a ghost! Ooh! How are you guys today? How was your weekend? I told you guys. It's literally right there in the title. I'm in your walls right now. So, listen, if there's one way out of this situation, you gotta figure out how to get me out of your walls. Quick! How are you getting me out of your walls? One arm says, I see no title. Well, if you don't see it, it says, I'm in your walls. Talk to me. Ooh! And Garrett says, that's it. I'm getting me mallet. Are you gonna bulldoze the walls? No! No, I don't want you to do that. Don't bulldoze my fucking walls. No! Alright, I'm here. Okay, I'm here. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Sarah says, I'll grab my gun. No! Don't shoot me! Don't cast spells on me! Don't take a hammer to my walls! Please! They cost so much money! Hi, everybody. Hello. How was your weekend? Loop me in on all the good shit this weekend. What'd you guys do? Did you guys hang out with anybody? Guys do anything cool? For me, as you all know from my So I Went on Discord server, I went and saw Iron Lung yesterday. And I won't give you any spoilers. I know it's the opening weekend, so not a lot of people have had the chance to see it yet. But, wow, I actually didn't understand how fucking, like, terrified I was of, like, the deep sea until watching that movie. I genuinely... fear gripped me in a way that fear does not often do. I was actually, like, terrified in a way that my body was, like, telling me, like, you have to leave, you have to get out of the theater, you're gonna throw up, you're gonna cry, like, and it was really weird, because I don't know the last time that I had that physical or tense of a response to something. The last time I watched a movie and I was stressed out to that degree, it was Uncut Gems by Adam Sandler. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Uncut Gems by Adam Sandler, but it's a serious Adam Sandler movie. No, those are kind of rare. And that movie was so fucking stressful that I spent the entire movie in my seat, like, clenching because of how stressed out I was. And I feel like that's the last time I had that physical of a response to a movie. And, like, while I was watching Iron Lung, against, like, my own, like, brain, like, my own brain telling me that everything realistically is fine, I kept, like, curling up into my seat, and I had, like, my hands, like, I was kind of, like, grabbing my own face the entire movie because I just, like, I needed something to grip onto. It was really weird. Like, I physically could not unfurl myself until, like, the end of the movie. It was really weird. Also, welcome to the church, Box Boy Nova. Welcome in. How was your weekend? Let me know how your weekend was. And also, welcome to the church. I bless you for being here. Thank you very much. One arm says, is it like the earthquake position? Kinda. I was kind of earthquake prepping up in my seat over there. Yep. Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry, there's like I think I have cat fur in my mouth. Yep, I do. Play. Alright, I'm fine. But anyway, I'll scroll back up to see what your guys' weekend was like. Zio says, oh man, I have an idea for a collab. Uno. Are you in? Yeah, I like Uno. I think Uno's pretty fucking fun. Why not? Let me see. Scrolling up here. Brainrot says, my weekend was pretty chill. Got some rest in. Good for you, King. Good for you. One arm says, at least Markiplier's on the big screen. And that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool seeing Markiplier, on the silver screen. Interesting watching someone that you feel like you've known your entire life, even though you don't. Even though you don't literally know them. Act so differently than how you know them. So that was also very interesting. Scrolling down here, M Gamer says it's an okay Adam Sandler movie. I thought Uncut Gems was actually really good. It's a very stressful experience, though. Brainrot says the ocean really is terrifying. And I really didn't understand how terrified I was of the ocean until I was sitting in the theater watching Iron Lung. Cheeky says, have a great stream, May. Thank you, Cheeky. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you very much for coming in and saying a quick little hello. Zio says, I knew that man when he has a mohawk. Yeah, real. Boxboy Nova says, is she a clown? Me? My ass? Is my ass a clown? I'm a nun. You can't tell from my garments? I am a nun VTuber, if that's what you're asking. But if you're asking if my personality is clownish, well, in that case, ask the chat. They'd probably say yeah. MGamer says, Markiplier hates the ocean as well. Yeah, man, I fucking hated it. Boxboy Nova says, there is underwater black holes. Dude, nightmare city, absolutely. I don't know, like, the whole time, I felt this sense of dread of, like, oh my god, he's in the depths and there's no way out. And I also have never really struggled with claustrophobia before, but as soon, in the last, quarter of the movie, when, the reality of everything really sets in, I genuinely, got this sense of claustrophobia despite being in this very large open space, as a movie theater typically is. And that was also really weird, because it felt like I was having panic responses, like the walls were closing in on me, but nothing physically, was happening. I was just in a movie theater, and I was surrounded by my friends. It was very strange. I had a lot of, complex feelings, I guess. When is actually, interesting question here, in my opinion. What is the last time that you guys feel like you had a very physical reaction to a movie? It could be seeing something, real gross and, throwing up after a movie. It could be literally whatever. I don't know. What is the movie that you last saw, or what is the movie that gave you the most intense physical reaction? Because I think Iron Lung is probably the movie that gave me the most intense physical reaction that I've, ever had. And it was very weird. Boxboy Nova says, I saw a guy throw a GoPro in and it came back at him 80 miles an hour. Whoa! In an underwater black hole? Yeah. Deep underwater is my new fucking nightmare. I never want to go in the deep ocean ever again in my life. Boxboy Nova says, I never watch any movies. And you know what? That's fair enough. MGamer says, ooh, that's a tough question. I feel like another movie that I had a very intense physical reaction to was, Perfect Blue. It's an anime movie by Satoshi Kon, and Satoshi Kon, who is been deceased for around 20 years now, Satoshi Kon is very good at making very visceral movies, but also very lucid movies where it's hard to tell what's real and what's not real. And Perfect Blue has a very intentionally confusing assault scene where it's unclear whether the character is actually being assaulted or if she's still filming for her movie. And I remember the first time that I was watching Perfect Blue, it felt like my stomach was caving in on itself, because it was just so visceral and confusing and terrifying. But if you guys have never seen Perfect Blue, it's a very awesome anime film, and I highly recommend checking out any Satoshi Kon film for that matter. He made a lot of really good movies when he was alive. Sai says, oh, Satoshi Kon, yes. MGamer says, I have Perfect Blue, decent psychological drama. Yes! Perfect Blue fans! Let's freaking go! Sai says, I heard that Perfect Blue is what Black Swan was based on, and I 100% believe it. 100% believe it. Boxboy Nova says, she looks like a nun. Exactly, dear. That's my whole shtick. You want to see my whole outfit? Here, hold on. Yay! I'll put myself up on my little pedestal over here. So now it's like I'm really speaking to you sermon style. Now you guys are way below me. Anyway. Sai says, also a series based on his work was aired on Adult Swim, Paranoia Agent. I do remember seeing stuff about Paranoia Agent when it was airing, but I never ended up actually watching Paranoia Agent, but I do want to watch it. Ryan Snapper says, hi, my good girl, Nun May. Kill yourself. Hello, hello, hello. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, Ryan Snapper. Hello, my friends. How are you? How are you? Boxboy Nova says, I'm gonna draw this, and you sound like a barracks bunny. What? I'm sorry. What does that mean? Hold on. I want to Google that. What the fuck does that mean? Barracks bunny. I hope it's not like a slur or something. Barracks bunny is often derogatory military slang used to describe a woman, frequently a service member herself or someone with close ties to the unit, who engages in sexual relationships with numerous soldiers or marines in the barracks. Oh, okay. Thanks, I guess. No, unfortunately, I am very monogamous. That's crazy. Okay. Sai says, on that note, Warhammer is a psyop. Warhamster. Sorry. Warhamster? Hello. M Gamer says, remind me why being called a good girl bothers you. It makes me feel weird. It makes me feel weird. I don't, and I can't fully parse out whether it's good weird or bad weird, so I don't know. Bugsboy Nova says, not that type of barracks bunny, but okay. Well, then elaborate, because I've never heard the term before. You'll have to educate me. I have zero idea what you mean. Sai says, Warhamster is a TikTok creator. Ah, okay. She was a Navy medic. I see. Let's see. Klein says, what do you mean? Truckin practically lives with IT tech. Truckin wants my boyfriend so bad. It's Bear, but Bunny says, where did you get that? What do you mean, where did I get that? Where did I get what? My sparkling personality and my beautiful voice? I'm kidding. Let's see. Boxboy Nova says, soft voice and nice vibes and female. Well, hopefully I am indeed all three. It's Bear, but Bunny says, where did you get that beautiful smile? Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so kind of you to say, my darling. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you are just coming in, I was asking what's the last movie that everyone feels like they had a very visceral or physical reaction to. I've always said this before, but I think like true art is its most powerful if it gets you to like really feel something, whether it's emotionally or physically. And I think it's really interesting that Iron Lung was able to get to make me feel something very physically, even though I liked the movie. I hated the experience of watching it because I didn't realize that I had so many deep-seated fears around the ocean. Also, welcome in, Bungie Cat. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here, and welcome to my church. May you be blessed, my dear. We're at 1,198 followers. We're 2 away from 1,200. Yippee! And it's only the first day of February. That's crazy. Yay! Boxboy Nova says, I'm watching Sonic right now. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Mads Likes Feet says, damn, it sure would suck if someone showed me their feet. Oh, what? Okay, asking things from me always, it seems. What do I get in response, huh? You're gonna sub? Anyway, Bowtie Production says, howdy, May and chat. Hope everyone's having a nice evening. Hello, Bowtie. Thank you for coming in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Fill me in on your weekend. How was your weekend, my friends? M Gamer says, would it have helped if it was just you and Church IT Tech if you were watching the movie in your home? I think if I was watching it at home, I would have had to take like several breaks while watching it because there were parts during the movie where it felt like I was actually having a hard time breathing. Hated it. Hated that feeling. But it was a good movie, and I could appreciate that it was a very good movie. Mads Likes Fee says, you gonna show your feet or no, with all due respect? Well, I actually don't have a take my shoes off toggle. The best you can get is my little my little feetsies that are in their beautiful little shoes. Sorry, my friend, no fresh toes for you. Brain Ross says, you see them with a tier 3 sub. Oh, that's true. No, it's a tier 2. Tier 2 has the foot emote. Anyway, hello, Ruby Witch. How are you today? I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for coming in. Boxboy Nova says, why feet? Dog, I don't fucking know, man. I've talked about this on stream before. There's a lot of foot fetishes because the pleasure receptor in your brain is very close to the parts of your brain that register like feelings towards your feet. So those wires get crossed very easily, and that's how a lot of foot fetishes have formed. I don't agree, to be fair. I do not have a foot fetish, but I understand why it happens to people. Sai says, oh, May, did I tell you about my current Mael build on Exhibition 33? Are you doing the glass cannon Mael build that pretty much everyone does at the end game of Expedition 33? Sai says 23 million damage in a single hit. Yup. Hell yeah. Nick the Gamer Man says, you're in the walls? You're in the goddamn walls? Yup, hold on, let me... Back in the walls. Ooh. Honestly, though, that would probably be one of my worst fears. I've had dreams before where someone was, like, in my walls, and it terrified me. Actually, that's a good question here. What's the scariest dream that everyone feels like they've ever had? One! Get rated raw! Oh, my boss says, like a dragon. Oh, holy moly, I love like a dragon. Hello, Pastry Puppy. Hello, everyone. My name is May. I am a silly little priestess nun-themed VTuber, and I am also an aspiring metal vocalist. Welcome to my church, one and all, and I hope that you are having a wonderful day so far. Pastry Puppy, what were you playing today? If you also like being in my silly little church, I'm into music, I'm into gaming, I'm into anime, I'm into goth aesthetics, and I'm also an aspiring metal vocalist, so... It'd be pretty cool if you decided to join the church and hang out for a little while. All Newt has followed, and so has Nyan Binary Latte. Welcome in the both of you to my church. And also, yay! We got 1,200 followers! Yippee! Thank you so much, Pastry Puppy, for the raid and helping me get to my next goal. Let's see here. Where's my shout out button? Hold on. Shout out. Pastry Puppy. Nope, I broke it. I don't know where my shout-out button is. But everyone, if you are here, please do consider checking out Pastry Puppy. And also, happy belated birthday! Happy belated birthday! I hope that you had an absolutely wonderful birthday weekend. What did you do for your birthday? What did you do for your stream today? And I hope that you had a great day. Let me see. Vivid says, just came here to lurk for a little bit. Thank you very much for dropping a lurk to Vivid Alchemist and also Ace Arabian Assassin. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Personally, I was just asking everyone... what is the scariest dream that you've ever had? Today is a Sunday sermon where we are all just talking about bullshit. So feel free to yap about fucking nothing with me for a couple hours. I personally enjoy talking about fucking nothing for a couple hours. Pastry Puppy says, yay, thank you! I had fun. I did some fun games and reviews, and I hope that you're having a good day, too. I very much am having a good day. Thank you very much, Pastry Puppy. I'm glad to hear that you had a wonderful stream. Mads Likes Feet says, I once dreamed I lived a life in another world where I got married and kids, and then I died, and I woke up and I still remember the language to this day. That's kind of cool! It's very interesting how our brains can make up such intricate worlds without us ever really having, like, a conscious say in things because we were dreaming about it. Dreams are just very interesting in general. Pastry Puppy says, ooh, I get recurring dreams about going back to high school. I also get those all the fucking time. And I absolutely hate them. I hate them. I have so many dreams about, like, going to school or being, like, back in high school and, like, missing all of my assignments or, like, failing all of my classes or something. And then I also have a lot of dreams where, like, the bank called me and the bank is like, hey, all of your money is gone and it's your fault. Also, we're suing you for $10 million. And then I, like, wake up crying. Ryan Snapper says, I come to the church to pray for forgiveness and my sins and for everyone's health. Well, what are your recent sins, my dear? Always happy to hear about your sins. M Gamer says, I've had way too many nightmares, not going into details. And honestly, fair enough. Understandable, and I do not blame you whatsoever. Also, Pastry Puppy, if you need to get some rest after your stream, do not feel like you have to stick around. Feel free to get the rest that you feel you need. But also, thank you for being here. Cheesecake at Sea says, I mean, I wouldn't really say my dreams are scary, but I would more so categorize them into traumatic or interesting. I also have had a lot of traumatic and interesting dreams. Understandable. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I smoked some weird shit and I had a hallucination where I was hold on, what? Hold on. Okay, also zooming out here because I'm wearing my nice outfit now. Scrolling up here to read that. Riley B. Hardigan says, I smoked some weird shit and I had a hallucination where I was a clam in a coral reef for 600 years. That kind of sounds like a soothing dream, not a scary dream. I don't know. That sounds kind of nice, actually. I kind of rock with that. Ace Arabian Assassin says, what are nightmares? I only dream of the void. Damn. This guy could fist fight Shadow the Hedgehog and win with all his edge. Pastry Puppy says, yay! And I'm gonna grab some water and lurk. Have a good stream. No worries at all, Pastry Puppy. Thank you very much for raiding into me today and get all the rest you need after your stream. Nick the Gamerman says, I've had nightmares where I get a call, hey, you missed one assignment in high school, so now we're taking your graduation back and you need to do 4 full years again. Oh, fuck! I also have had dreams like that. I think maybe... Maybe it speaks for how much fucking pressure we were under at those ages to where we still have literal nightmares about missing assignments in high school as fully grown adults. Y'all, I'm turning 27 next month, and I still have dreams about missing assignments in high schools. It's terrible. Alnut says, I will have nightmares that are variant continuation from a decade ago. I remember them in that moment, and once a beast was aware, I was trying to escape its tactics. Wait, that's kind of cool. Wait, that's kind of sick, actually. Cheesecake at C6, y'all ever get stuck in a death loop in a dream? No, but one of the most visceral nightmares I've ever had is I was kidnapped and I was trapped in a basement, and then somehow I was able to get out. And I remember, like, I was running through the street barefoot and, like, to the point where, like, the gravel beneath my feet was, like, cutting up the soles of my feet. And I was running and screaming for, like, anyone to help me before my kidnapper caught me again. And when I woke up, because I was so freaked out in my dream, I woke up. When I woke up, the bottom of my feet, like, were tingling because, like, my brain was, like, understanding that in my dream I was experiencing pain. So the bottoms of my feet felt like tore the fuck up, and my throat felt raw from screaming. And it took me like a full minute for my body to understand, oh, I'm not in any actual danger here. That was a dream. And so then I woke up, and after like that minute of being like half asleep, and I was like, what the fuck? Because it was so weird having those that kind of sensation to something that like just was not happening at all. It was very interesting. I don't know. That's one of the more intense nightmares I think I've had. But I was having like physical feelings and responses to it, which is very weird. I have very vivid dreams for someone who literally cannot imagine. I don't see anything in my head. I think purely in words. So when people are describing things to me, I usually need a lot of detail because I usually don't understand right off the bat. So it's very interesting that I have really vivid dreams because I don't see shit in this empty ass dome of mine. Gamer says, I will share one detail though. A lot of them involve that damn bear from the Fox and the Hound. Damn bear from the Fox and the Hound. That bear fucked with my dreams for years. And honestly, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Scrolling down here because I know I'm a little bit behind. Cheesecake says, Ayo, kidnapping dreams? I had a lot of those. I had a lot of those. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I just boxed my teachers in high school because there was like 6 that were incredibly racist. Oh, like in your dreams? Because if so, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah if you're being a vigilante in your dreams. Let's see, scrolling down here, Death God is here, says, sup. Mariah says, hey, how are you? Hello to both Death God and Mariah. We are currently talking about the worst dreams or nightmares that you've ever had. So feel free to loop me in and tell me what your worst dream or nightmare that you've ever had was. Cheesecake says, OMG, I once had a dream where it felt like I was burning alive. And when I finally woke up, that cold sweat never felt so good. Oh, dog. Sorry, I got distracted by something here. First time chatter, I do not like your name. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, okay. Did you guys know that, like, scientifically, getting burned to death is one of the most painful ways that you can go? Because all of your nerves and your receptors are literally getting singed. So you are in pain up until the moment that the pain overloads you and you die. It's an insane way to pass away. Just in case you didn't know. I know a lot of strange, gruesome fun facts about dying to fires because my stepfather's a firefighter, so he's told me a lot of fucked up things over the years. Wiley B. Hardigan says, no IRL. I went to high school in the 90s and I was like 230 pounds at 14-ish. Dog, I wish I were you so bad. I wish I were you so bad. I made my VTuber tall as fuck because I'm overcompensating. Oh, God, I wish I were tall. Anyway. Actually, besides Wiley, who actually just answered the question accidentally before I even asked it, have you guys ever been in a fight before? Have you guys ever been in, like, an actual, like, fist fight before? I've never been in a fist fight before, but, like, sometimes I'll have, like, a fantasy of getting in a fist fight. Not that I think I could hold my own in a fist fight whatsoever. If it's your first time in the church today, I'm 4'11". I'm gonna be 27 next month, but I'm fucking 4'11". So I do not think that my ass could hold my own in a fight. I think I would go down. Unfortunately, I also don't have a lot of strength. Brainmar says, I have a few times. I want to hear about your fist fights. That sounds awesome. Wiley B says, it keeps the nerve endings intact. God, I hate it. Rise Dapper says, the most recent sin is procrastination on work projects than lie that is close to being done. I totally understand how you feel. I hope that you can get your projects done as soon as possible, Ryan Stamper. Amen, dog. Cheesecake at Sea says, I'm a weak little scrunkly wet cat of a person. I wholly understand and I feel you on that. We'll be scrunkly wet cats of people together. Oh my god, hi Scar! Hi Scar! How are you today, my darling? We were talking about the worst nightmares that you've ever had, but now we're talking about fist fights. Feel free to answer either question. What's the worst dream you've ever had, or what's the last, have you ever been in a fist fight? Have you ever been in a fight? I have been, so like not a fight, but there was this kid that was bullying me in elementary school, and he had like a lunch pail and he threw his lunch pail at my legs, and it had been like months of this kid fucking bullying me. It was elementary school. Kids are just shitheads. And there was an ice pack in his lunch pail, and so I picked up his lunch pail and I flung around and I threw his lunch bag as hard as I could into his stomach, and it knocked the wind out of him. And when he went down, I just started kicking him. He passed out. So I don't feel great about that, but in my defense, I was like 7 or 8. And I had been through enough fucking shit because of that kid. So tell me about your fistfights, my friends. And then also, welcome to the church, both Lunas and Vandal Skull. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and may the both of you be blessed for being here. Scrolling back up here so I can read. Luna says, that is a stunning model. Also, hello. Hello. Thank you for thinking such nice things about me. Bowtie says, unfathomably based. Thank you. Let me see. Scrolling down here to catch up on the chat once more. Cheesecake at Sea says, one time this girl was bullying me, so I dropped a live wasp down the back of her shirt. No one messed with me again. A live wasp? Okay, I don't know how many of you live in a place like that has a lot of wasps, but there are a lot of wasps in Nevada as well. Wasps are... Dude, those fucking things are like the zombies IRL. They will go after you with a rambunctiousness and vigor that almost no other creature on the planet can do. Wasps are so fucking scary, dude. Okay, Scar says, hi, Mommy of Rays. I've been in a few fights, but they would not stop touching me, so I touched them back. Safe to say I ended it. Whoa! Honestly, Scar, I did not take you as someone that could that could get in a fight. That's very interesting to me. Wow. That's kind of hot, actually. That's kind of sexy. I love a woman that could stand up for herself in a fight. And by that, I mean not me. Let's see. All Newt says, I've been stung and it sucks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. No, it's never fun getting stung by a wasp. Luckily, I've never been stung by a wasp, but my dad was getting chased down by a wasp before. And that motherfucker was vigorous. I did not help him. I hid in a room until I was sure that the wasp situation was over. Okay. Luna says they're out for blood. And for real, dog. Gotta be one of the most angry insects that could have ever been spawned on this planet. Brainrot says, we have tarantula hawk wasps here in Vegas. Yeah, man, can't fucking stand those motherfuckers. They're scary. And also, like, if you compare a humble bumblebee to a wasp, you can fucking see the difference, man. A humble bumblebee is very cute, and they're fat, and they're fuzzy. Wasps, they look like they're the fucking Ferrari of bugs. They even have a glossy sheen on their insect little skin. It's crazy. Those motherfuckers are so scary even just to look at. Let's see. Nick the Gamerman says, Cazadors. M Gamer says, Wops suck, and I agree. Ace says, Stinger is also a homing beacon, too. What? Really? That's crazy. Crazy if true. Cheesecake says, I mean, the teachers were watching the entire thing and they didn't give a shit. I mean, good for you, man. Good for you, honestly. If you were able to get away with putting a wasp down another kid's shirt, dude, good for you, I guess. Brainrot says the Ferrari of bugs is pretty accurate. Thank you. You know what? I do consider myself a wordsmith. Anyway, my friends. Anyway. What else have you guys been up to this weekend? If you are just coming into the chat and haven't talked about anything else yet, what have you been up to this weekend? How are you guys doing? Last night, I watched like a 40-minute long video about warrior cats. And like I read one warrior cats book as a kid, but it didn't really like stick with me. So it was it's really interesting thinking about like the deep lore of things that so many other people love that you just have like no fucking idea about. What would you say that you guys are the most well-versed thing in? Like in your life, you personally, what do you know the most about? Johnny Slick says, what the nun? What the me? How are you today, Johnny Slicks? I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend so far. Do feel free to fill me in. Brainrot says, tarantula hawks have the second most painful sting on Earth. Yep, I'm killing myself. A tarantula hawk flies into my church, killing myself. Don't want to deal with that. CCC says, I downgraded the Pinterest app on my phone, so now I don't get ads and the algorithm is better. How do you downgrade an app on your phone? Oh, download. Oh, I see. Nice. Johnny Slick says, I'm doing lovely, Twinge. A little snowed in. I hope the snow melts as soon as possible, my dear. Amen. Hope that you're able to touch grass again soon. And also, welcome to the church bistro night, though. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. Welcome to my church. How was your weekend? Do feel free to fill us up on your weekend or your life. Today is a Sunday sermon, Sunday sermon. We're just yapping about stuff and things and bullshit. So feel free to talk about whatever you'd like today. Wiley B. Hardigan says, I killed a nest of subterranean hornets by pouring cement down their hive. That's crazy. How do you find cement? Well, I guess you can just buy cement mix from like Home Depot or something. That's still crazy. I would have never thought about pouring fucking cement down anything. Scar says, if May looks at the snow, it will melt because she's so hot. If I just look at the snow like this? If I look at the snow like this, do you think it'll all melt because I'm so cool and I and actually no, the opposite, because I'm so hot. I don't want the ice to freeze more after all. Beaster Naito says, good day, VTuber lady. This is the police. Do you have a permit to be that cute? Oh, maybe. Maybe I do. Anyway, Cheesecake at Sea says, it's a whole process where you have to get a debugging program and everything. That's so interesting. Whoa. I don't go to, like, what's it called? Department stores often, I guess. But every single time I go to Home Depot, it's for like the most annoying thing on earth. Like, you would never think about, like, dude, having to replace a light switch until you go to, like, Home Depot and you're looking for a fucking light switch replacement because the fucking plastic just ripped off of the handle one day. Very annoying problems in my life. Bistro Naito says, very well, ma'am. Carry on. Thank you. How are you doing today, Bistro Naito? Fill me in on your weekend. I hope that you've been having a wonderful day so far. Brainrod says, May's gonna save everyone stuck in the snow. Absolutely. It will be my prerogative for the next week to save all of you from the snow. By eating it. I'm gonna eat all the snow in your area so that you can leave your homes. Have you guys ever eaten snow? Actually, do you guys live where there's a lot of snow in general? Because where I live, there's, like, no snow. There's, like, negative snow. And I know a lot of people have been struggling with the winter storm that's been hitting the like, east and Midwest northern areas of the U.S. I know quite a lot of people have been struggling with that. If you guys are, how much snow did you guys get, actually? Cheesecake says, yay, I'll survive the winter. I'm happy to help. Bistro Naito says, just ate. I ordered a burger. Best burger I had in months. Oh, a burger sounds awesome. God damn, I want a burger. God, that sounds good. I've been craving, like, a burger and, like, Chinese food. One or the other. I want either a burger or Chinese food so fucking bad. Zen But Sleepier says, also, hi, Cutie Patootie May. Hi, Zen But Sleepier. How are you today, my dear? Fill me in on your weekend. How are you doing? Gamer says, I've eaten snow. Yes, it's just frozen water. Boy, would I like to put a handful of that in my mouth real quick. Welcome to the church, Execute. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. May you be blessed, and thank you for being here, my friend. May you be blessed. Let me see. Wiley B. Harding says, I only get ice. That sucks. I'm sorry. Alnoof says, the highest temp has been 16 degrees Fahrenheit. We got like 20 inches, I think. Holy shit, that's crazy. Dog, I'd die. I would die if it was that cold. I'm not built for that. Fairmont says, guess I'm making a burger for dinner tonight. Please, send me a burger. Send me a burger, please. Let me see. Mixie says, I didn't have a spicy chicken wrap in a while. Might get one soon. That does sound pretty yummy. I personally, and I'm sipping on a strawberry dragon fruit refresher lemonade, cause I wanted a little drinky. So went to Dunkin' Donuts earlier today. So I've got a little drinky to sip on while I'm doing my Sunday sermon. Let me see. Gamer says, had my burger yesterday. My triple jalapeno bacon burger from Dairy Queen with my own added ghost pepper sauce. You're crazy. You're crazy for adding spicy sauce to almost everything you eat. Your butthole, dude, is probably trained to handle, like, nuclear war. You could eat a nuke and your butthole would be fine with the amount of spicy food that you eat every day. Liquidating your insides on a daily basis. Bowtie Productions says, bro, the other day, the bulb in my lava lamp wasn't working, and when I unscrewed it, it broke, and the screw part of the bulb stayed in the socket, so I've never had that happen before, so TLDR, I guess I have to run the Home Depot sometime as well. I didn't know that people still had lava lamps. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's something to own. I haven't seen a lava lamp in fucking forever. It's just that kind of 2000 nostalgia kind of decor that I haven't thought about in like 20 years. Also, bye, Ace! Have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping in the church for a little while. Gamer says, that's a spicy meatball. Not for me, brother. Cheesecake says, I'm desperate for a day above freezing so that the snow can melt. I hope that it gets warm as quick as possible. I'll beam the snow away with my brain. Let's see. Zen But Sleepier says, being irresponsible and spending all-nighters with my partner, switching games faster than light. That sounds nice. That sounds awesome. I hope that you've been having a wonderful weekend with your partner, Zen. Mixie says, spicy on meat, the best thing you can put. Dog, I can't handle spicy at all. I am half Mexican. I can't handle spice at all. I'm the worst Mexican that has ever lived. You may as well kill me and revoke my Mexican privileges. Because I can't really handle spicy food whatsoever. Let's see. Cheesecake C says, I used to have glitter lava lamp and it was the prettiest thing ever. I haven't, man. I do remember having a lava lamp, but I don't remember like the last time I saw it or what it was anymore. It was a very long time ago. And also, welcome to the church, Chicano Samurai 95. I hope that you are having a good day, and also thank you for being here. Feel free to tell me about your day, fill me in on your weekend. You're more than welcome to talk about whatever bullshit that you want in here, because it's the Sunday sermon. Let me see here. Nick the Gamer Man says, unplug the lamp, cut a potato in half, push a potato into the broken bulb, and use that to unscrew it. Actually, isn't there a YouTube video out there somewhere where you can, like, make a light bulb be a conductor of electricity or something? Because if so, that's so funny. Let's see. Bowtie Production says, absolutely, lava lamps are kick-ass. Target carries them if anyone's interesting. Honestly, didn't know that Target still kept lava lamps around. Some 2000s decor, I feel like lava lamps, I guess they have a little bit more staying power than anything else. But I don't know. There's a lot of early 2000s decor that I feel like died instantly. All the jelly decor, all like the plastic inflatable transparent decor. I feel like those have all kind of gone the wayside. Welcome to the church, Luna. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. May you be blessed, and thank you for being here. Let me see. Bistro Naito says taco privileges revoked. No, please. I love eating tacos. I had enchiladas like last Friday, and then I had tacos this Tuesday for Taco Tuesday, and they were delicious. Chicano Samurai says, I was summoned when you mentioned as a Mexican that can't handle spice to tell you, it's okay. Really? It's really okay. I'm not gonna get my Mexican privileges revoked. Thank you. Let me see. Luna says, hi, happy early Valentine's Day because I might not make it that long. Cancer. I hope that, honestly, I just also heard bad news from another community member as well, concerning cancer. Deeply hope that you end up being okay. Happy early Valentine's Day. And I hope your situation truly doesn't turn out to be that dire. MGamer says, I have a slime green lava lamp. Unfortunately, it doesn't goop that well. Might buy a different one soon. Doesn't goop that well. Then, maybe insert some goop of your own. That's right. Come in it. Come in the lava lamp. Make a disgusting creation of your own volition. Okay, give me a moment. I have to blow my nose really quick. Excuse me for a moment. Man, what is it about talking so much that makes me have to blow my nose like crazy? Anyway, welcome into the church, Shu the Fulf Butler. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. May you be blessed, and thank you very much for being here. Hello! Bowtie says, listen, intrusive thoughts. MGamer says, May Jesus Christ. I don't know what your issue is. Come in it. That'll fix it. Get some more goop in there. Bloof says, happy chatty Sunday, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sermon, Bloof. Happy Sunday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Do feel free to fill us in on your weekend. What did you do? How are you doing? I was just thinking about like 2000s decor. 2000s decor. Because there's a lot of things that I haven't thought about in a very long time. I talked about this briefly last week on the Sunday sermon, but I went to an estate sale, and you can the other week, and you could very much tell that like most of the things that this person had bought were from like the 80s to the 2000s. They had so much like stuff that just looked like it was from 2005. Do you remember the brand Ed Hardy, where everything was like studded? There was like tigers and flames and stuff. Everything they owned looked like that. It was studded. There was tons of like bedazzling everywhere. That kind of like janky 2000s style was pretty much all that person owned at that estate sale. Bloof says, just finished a game and I saw Iron Lung yesterday with my girlfriend. What did you think about Iron Lung? No spoilers, of course, but what did you think about the movie? I talked about it a little bit at the top of the stream. I had a very visceral reaction to that movie, and I did not enjoy the experience of watching it. I can recognize that it was a good movie. I've just, honestly, never want to watch a movie like that again. Zoro says, who's on my walls? Me! Ooh! Ooh! Zoro says, what's this woman talking about? She old? I don't know. Do you count almost 27 old? My birthday's in March. What do you think? What do you think? Does 27 qualify as hag age yet? I don't know. Cheesecake at Ceases, at least they have an interesting style. Yeah, I mean, it definitely was interesting, but that also means that I did not buy anything from that estate sale that I went to. Didn't really feel like owning a bunch of Ed Hardy stuff. Blue says, I will not be kind to that movie, you sure? So long as you don't say any spoilers. All Newt says, also, I saw Iron Lung, I loved it. I felt like it could have been cut down by half an hour, but I still enjoyed it. I kind of agree. I'm gonna try to keep this as no spoiler as possible. Returning back to the Iron Lung conversation. It was a good movie, and I feel like he made good use of it being pretty much a movie on one set. But I didn't realize how afraid I was of, like, a deep ocean kind of setting until I was watching the movie. I do kind of agree that the movie could have been chopped down by, like, 30 minutes, but I also understand that it's meant to be a slow burn feeling, so I understand why the movie is the way that it is. But yeah. Chicano Samurai says, damn, you young. Really? Yay! I'm glad to hear it. Ryan Stamper says, if May's old, then I'm too old because I'm 29. Nah, you're fine. We're fine. We'll live forever. Oh my god, Meow Meow! Meow Meow's here! Meow Meow, do you want to say hi? Hold on, let me grab my cat. Meow Meow, do you want to say hi? Ugh. Cat acquired. Meow Meow, do you want to say hi? Hey. Oh, nope. All right, she did not want to say hi. She instantly crawled out of my arms. Let me see. Brayra says, one set is crazy. It honestly was pretty nuts. Honestly was. Blue says, I had major issues with the writing, the acting, sound design, and the pacing. I loved the set design, but the way that they handled their monster, I'm glad it did really well because I genuinely like Markiplier. And you know what? Hell yeah. I'm glad that you were still able to, like, enjoy the experience. I'm glad that you were able to go out and support it because I think it's cool. I think, like, self-financed indie movies, they honestly should be more of a big deal. So I hope that Markiplier is able to kind of spur some kind of change because I don't know, man. I think that so many movies are so overinflated in terms of, like, budget and the way they look. Every AAA movie, especially, like, action and horror movies, they all look the fucking same. I hope that more self-funded indie productions can make their way to mass-wide distribution, because I think maybe that will make films better as a whole. Church IT Tech's here, by the way. Do you want to say anything, Church IT Tech? Hi, Church IT Tech! Hi, chat. We're talking about Iron Lung. Do I say anything about the movie?
Yeah, I liked Iron Lung. I thought it was really cool and awesome and paid great homage to the original source material, even if the original source material was only 20 minutes.
You can use your normal voice if you'd like.
What are you talking about? This is my normal voice.
Oh, okay. Is that your main impression?
What are you talking about? I talk like this. What the fuck are you talking about? Are you making fun of me right now?
No, I'm not making fun of you. Are you making fun of me right now? Bitch. Motherfucker. Bloof says, hello, you sexy, gorgeous man, you. He smiled. Okay, scrolling up here because I know I missed some messages. Teddy Bear says, I'm too used to the normal look. Like me? The way I normally look? Yay! Bloof says, oh, not Bloof. Nick the Gamer Man says, horror movies are scarier in theaters. I may wait until it's out on streaming to watch Iron Lung because I know how scared I am of being trapped in a confined space in the deep ocean. It's not claustrophobia. I'm fine unless I physically physically unable to leave. I definitely think you should wait for the movie to come out to streaming then, because I didn't recognize or understand how fucking terrified I was of the entire situation until I was forced to be in a movie theater for 2 hours and 7 minutes with like no way out. You know, I felt very claustrophobic and I was damn near close to having a panic attack for most of the movie. So if you know that you're very scared of those kinds of things, yeah, maybe wait until it's on streaming so that you can take breaks while you watch it. I probably would have loved to take breaks while watching it, but because I was seeing it in a theater and I didn't want to disturb anyone, I forced myself to keep sitting there. Bloof says, down with Hollywood. I agree. I hope more self-funded and financed indie productions can make their way to widespread distributions like Markiplier was able to do. Scrolling down. Brimar says, hi, Church IT. Hope you're doing well. And Ryan Stamper says, hello, beautiful IT tech. Man, man, you guys love IT tech more than you love me. This is fucked up and evil.
Hi.
Oh, he's back.
I remembered.
What'd you remember?
I passed my exam, chat. Yay!
Oh, yeah. Church IT Tech passed his exam. Now you're IMSTBQMBILMNOP certified.
That's correct.
Yay! Everyone says congratulations.
Thank you, chat. Thank you.
He genuinely studied every day for like 4 hours when he would come home from work. I felt very bad for him. Hey, dog, glad I don't have to do shit like that. I would hate it. Let me see. Let's see. Bloof says he sounds like Bitsy from those D&D videos. Yeah, kinda. Let's see. All Newt says, I must depart now, but you have a lovely night. I love the vibes you bring. Thank you very much for being here while you could. All Newt, have a wonderful rest of your night, and thank you for joining my church. I hope to see you again soon. Cheesecake at Sea says, I mean, I guess the horror aspect did its job. Oh yeah, no, I was so uncomfortable the whole time. And Bloof says, hard to be scared when you got to see Markiplier's penis. God, I wish we could see Markiplier's penis. I will say though, also non-spoiler territory here. Markiplier's hair looked so fucking good in that movie. I'm not a man, but I kind of had like hair envy. If I was a man, I'd want my hair to look like Markiplier's. Something about the way his hair like framed his face throughout the Iron Lung movie. Dude just looked sexy. Hair, honestly, I feel actually tends to be more important for facial structure than most would assume. Let me see. Neon Meteor says, yeah, I'm a baby like May with horror. Oh yeah, I'm so glad that Church IT Tech is also a little bitch when it comes to being scared. Because I can't fucking handle that shit at all. I can't do it. I fucking hate it. I hate being scared. It makes my back hurt. Actually, Church IT Tech, come back over here. I want to ask you questions. Church IT Tech, do you have a movie or an experience that made you realize that you like deeply hated horror and that you deeply hated being scared?
I knew that from the beginning. My friends tricked me into going to see it, and
like the 2015 movie.
Yeah, and I was too scared to go to the bathroom by myself. So I knew from the very beginning.
He couldn't pee. For me, it was because I was a little kid. And a babysitter of mine made me watch the 80s Nightmare on Elm Street with her. And I slept with my light on until I was literally like 19 years old. I could not sleep with the lights off at all until I was almost 20. That means that's like 14 years of being able to like sleep without a light on. Let me see. Bye, Church IT Tech. He left again. Welcome in, Echo Mist, to my church. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here, and may you be blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also ads. Sorry about the ads. Actually, while ads are playing, let me take a little sip of water so that those and ads aren't missing too much. And then let me do a poll here. Let me start a poll. New poll. Do you handle horror well? And this could be movies or games or anything. I'll put yes. And then I'll put no. And then I will not allow additional votes this time just because I want to hear what your guys' actual thoughts are. And I'll make it a 2-minute duration. But in general, I would like to know, do you guys handle horror well? Or do you not handle horror well? Because me personally, I do not handle horror at all. I hate being scared and I'd rather die. Seriously, not a fan of being scared. I very much cannot handle it. Ray Ron says, Freddy's a scary guy. I agree. MGamer says, should put a 50-50 vote on there. Oh, my bad. Too late. Ray says, I grew up with horror, so it takes a lot to actually scare me. I mean, what do you mean by you grew up with horror? Like, did you have family that made you watch horror movies a lot with them a lot? Or what's the thought there? What's the process behind it? Cheesecake at Sea says, I'll be in phases during the movie, but then I won't be able to sleep for like a month. Oh, yeah. I definitely feel that. I'm very similar in that way. Let's see. Yeah, no. I also do not handle horror very well. I cannot. Let me see here. I don't know. I think because in general, I kind of have like a weak countenance. Like, I get scared really easy, and then I have like a very physical reaction when I get scared. My back muscles like tense up, and I like pain will like shoot up and down my spine because my back will be tensed up. And I don't like getting scared because it usually equates to like physical pain. And I never really understood that either. Let's see. Young Dragon Ace. Oh, hi, Young Dragon Ace. How are you? She says, oh, dear. I know. Listen, dog. I hate it as well. Young Dragon Ace says, hi, Heavy Metal May. How are you tonight? I am doing quite well, my friend. I hope that you are doing awesome. I hope that you are having a great day as well. How are you doing? Fill me in on your weekend. I hope that you've had a wonderful day. Brainrot says, I watched horror movies with parents all the time as a kid. My mom was also super into paranormal / urban legend kinds of stuff, so I was exposed to a lot of scary stuff. I see. Maybe the reason that I hate horror so much is because my mom is very obsessed with, like, cold cases and crime and true story murders, things like that. And so growing up, she was always listening to, like, those 48-hour cold case shows. And so, like, in my brain, like, there was always some kind of, like, reality to the terrible things that happens in movies, because I had always heard of, like, the real-life situations before watching horror movies. So my brain had a really hard time separating the fact that, like, horror movies are horror movies, and then, like, terrible things that happen in IRL are terrible things that happen IRL. So because of that, my brain, like, just treats everything like it's a life-or-death situation, and it's awful, and I hate it! Let's see. Bloof says, I find most of horror boring, bad, or funny. My GF hates watching them with me in theaters because it usually ends with the people around us laughing along against the movie. That was not the case when I was younger. I was a baby with horror movies. So, like, at what point do you feel like your brain, like, sacked up and started to kind of rock with the horror movies more? Because I cannot, even now, like, I can stomach it more now as an adult. I feel like I've been a lot better at handling horror movies because I have been forced to, like, group watch them a bit more often. So I can handle them a bit better than I have in years past, but it's still not something that I, like, will go out of my way to watch. I will only ever really watch horror in group settings. Because I'm a little piss baby, and I hate being scared. I'd rather not be scared at all, and I would really dislike it if I had to do that often. Let me see.
Hi.
Welcome in, Ratikins. Welcome to the church, and may you be blessed. Thank you so much for being here. Unable Tesla says, I have brain difficulties. I understand. I understand. But, I hope that you're able to, enjoy regardless. Let me see. Brain rot says that's completely understandable. IRL is way scarier. I agree. Bloof says, I find most horror boring, bad, or funny. My GF hates watching them with me at theaters because it usually ends with the people around us laughing along the movie. That was not the case when I was younger. Oh, I read that one already.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Welcome to the church, Unstable Tesu. I hope that you are having a great day and may you be blessed. Thank you for being here. Radican says, Piss Babies Unite! Thank you! My god. So glad that at least a couple of you agree with me on the fact that it sucks. It sucks being scared. I hate being scared. And I would prefer it if I was never scared ever in my life. That would be awesome. Let me see here. Spirit Theory says, I want a horror movie to fuck me up mentally, and I've yet to find one. Honestly, understandable. But I respectfully, I'd rather not. Alright, guys, I'm doing another cheap and small giveaway for some of my silly little merchandise. That I am giving away a classic May Scrungle sticker. You have 60 seconds. Go ahead and type ! Enter if you would like. Speedy JP Boy says, greetings from the German land. How are you today? And I hope you have a nice stream. Oh, it's reading it out for me. Ah, fuck you. Ah, fuck you. That's mean. God damn it. Also, welcome into the church, Spirit Theory, and Rock the Bear. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and also thank you very much for joining my church. I hope you are having a great day. If you are in the church today for the first time, because I am very grateful for the time that you all spend with me all the time, I have been doing regular giveaways of small things from my merch store. If you are interested in my regular offerings, you can always check out the store yourself, but I am giving things away randomly from time to time, so enjoy. I pay for it myself. It comes out of my pocket. You shouldn't have to pay for anything unless the shipping is going to be like ridiculously expensive. Then I only pay up to $10 of shipping, but it shouldn't be that much. This giveaway was only a sticker, so you shouldn't have to worry about too much. To redeem your stuff, just click that link, Zen but Sleepier, and then follow the steps of that link.
But I hope that you like it.
I do it whenever I feel like I can afford to do so. So thank you very much for entering the giveaway. And this is my small way of giving back to everyone. Thank you very much for being a part of my church. And I hope that you all enjoy being here as well.
Yay!
Zemba Sleepier says, Scrungle for my Go Cup. Yay, Scrungle! Scrungle for your Go Cup! Yippee! That reminds me, I also need to order a new batch of thank you letters. For a while, I was sending thank you letters to those who were either very active in my community or contributed the most subs or anything like that. But I ran out of letters, so I need to order some more of those. But anyway, Speedy JP Boy says, how does it feel losing the game? Dude, you broke my streak. I've had my streak since, 9th grade, man. What the fuck? It's almost 10 years. Anyway. Spirit Theory says, do I need to confess my sins in this church? Actually, I do regular confession booth streams. I do them once a month. So, I mean, if you do like to confess your sins, I do need to plan my next confession booth stream. That's a good point. I should probably start the form in the next day here because it actually is February 1st. That's a good point. Thank you very much for reminding me. I should do that. Zenith says, when is the Goonathon stream? Haven't done one of those yet. I don't know. Let's see. MGamer says, people still do that game thing. Dude, the game thing will probably be around for time immemorial. I imagine that people will be annoying each other with things like that for the rest of eternity. Because I guess it's fun to piss others off for no reason. Why not? You know, you only live once. Might as well piss people off with the time that you have. Welcome to the church, YG Pad Rex. I hope that you have a wonderful day and may you be blessed. Thank you very much for being here. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Bloof says, Goonathon sub dono goal, though? What the fuck would a Goonathon even entail? Honestly, maybe not a question I should have asked. This is a church, motherfucker! Spirit Theory says, the game is infamous, much like ICUP. That, too. I remember when I first heard ICUP as a kid, and I was, like, shaking with rage. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna take another sip of my drinky, please. All right. Unstable Tessu says, stream intended to keep gooners in. I mean, given from the confession booth streams that I have once a month, I feel like the gooners do a good enough job keeping themselves gooning without my help. Silly. You guys are silly. I will put lewd art punishments on the next punishment wheel, though, in March. I need to work on some more unique punishment wheel things, but I will get there eventually. I'll get there. Xena says, is gooning a sin? No, I think that such earthly pleasures, are... I think such earthly pleasures are... You may, while you have a physical body at least, you might as well enjoy yourself while you can. And if it's a sin, it ain't a sin in my church. I don't give a shit. One Arm says, no hot sauce. Damn. Yeah, I know. Xena said, M-Gamer says, you want to make a lewd art punishment? Dude, I had one last time. That's why Truckin' got the lewd art. Which, if you like the lewd art, it's posted on my Twitter and in my Discord server. You're welcome. Xena says, okay, so I have no sins. Good for you. Unstable Tester says, the meaning of life is to goon. To goon is to life. That's crazy. That's crazy. Spirit Theory says, I have a cult. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, me too, man. The more time goes by, the more it feels more like a cult than a church. Casual streaming activity, I suppose. Also, welcome to the church, Zenith. I hope that you are having a good day. Thank you very much for joining my church, and I hope that you enjoy being here, my friend. Let me see. Bloof says Truckin' willed that lewd art into existence. Yeah, so the way that I did my punishment wheel is I had, like, Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. For my November anniversary month, I did, like, a punishment wheel thing. And so, like, for, like, a Tier 1 sub or, like, one gifted sub, I would spin, like, the Tier 1 wheel, which were all very, like, basic punishments. And then, like, Tier 2 were, like, a little bit more advanced punishments, I suppose. And that would be for, like $10 or like 2 gifted subs or whatever the amount was. And then Tier 3 would be like a Tier 3 sub, a bunch of gifted subs, things like that. And Truckin' threw a lot of money at the punishment wheel so that he could get the lewd art commission. It was pretty funny, actually. I don't know. A lot of VTubers feel differently, but I personally don't mind lewd art. But I think that I probably wouldn't do, like, lewd art of me, like, sleeping with other creators, I guess. I don't know. I think, like, I would prefer any, like, lewd art commissions to be done of myself, my silly little VTuber. I'd appreciate it if it was just, like, poses of May. I think. That's what I think, at least. Let's see. Unstable Tester says lewd art is fun, and I agree. I don't have a problem with lewd art. Maybe that's because I've been a weeaboo for my entire life, but I don't mind it. It's a fact of life. Xena says, "Can you turn around? I'm almost finished." Fuck. I don't have a backside to my model, dog. I just the front. You'll have to make do with the front facing. Fairron says the Gooners are out today. Yeah. Bloof says, so Sexy Office Nun is still on the table? Dope. As I'm Immortus says, that was a wild thing to walk into. Hey, don't worry about it. Honestly, we spent like an hour and 12 minutes of being very safe for work. Good job, everyone. Good job, guys. You're so good. You did such a good job at not being gross today. Yippee! How are you doing, as I'm Immortus? I hope that you were having a wonderful day today. Thank you very much for being here. Let me see. As I'm Immortus says, don't worry about it. Is like your tagline to me for the couple times I've been in here, May. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad. Forgive me. Forgive me. Call me Bucky says, who summoned me in here? Tessu, I love you. What is going on? Hello, call me Bucky, and thank you, Tessu, for summoning one of your friends. I hope that you are having a good day, Bucky. Let me see. Bloof says, I'm timing them out. No, don't worry. Anyway, my friend, Spirit Theory says, I want to eat all the communion wafers. So actually, I don't know how many of you have had experience within, like, the Catholic Church or churches in general. Communion wafers are actually pretty fucking, like, plain. Communion wafers are actually pretty, like, boring to eat. I vastly prefer Ritz crackers. Like, I got communion wafers, but I think Ritz crackers taste better than communion wafers. Let me see here. Call me Bucky says, yes, now might even better. I got to do work, might come in later. No worries, my friend. Have a good day at work, and thank you very much for showing up for a couple minutes. As I'm Immortus says, I'm doing okay. I lost the message. Oop. As I'm Immortus says, I'm doing okay. Tired because I finished launching something insane yesterday, but I'm trying to do a break so I don't fall over. Oh no! Good luck with whatever you've been launching, my friend. Actually, what were you working on? You feel free to talk about what you've been working on, my friend. Cena says, can you do a mommy ASMR from us? Okay. A lot of you are first-time churchgoers today. That's fair. I'm asking a general question here. A lot of people have started calling me mommy lately, and I don't get it. What about me says mommy to people? I honestly don't understand it. Is it my voice? Is it my voice combined with my model? I'm not really sure, because I feel like the longer people know me, the more they're like, "Oh, she's just a stupid goober." So I don't know. Bloof says, your look and your voice. Okay, fair enough. Gamer says, I can think of 2 reasons. Are they left boob and right boob? Tessu says, daddy, does that work? I don't know. Asmorta says, I just want to make sure I'm not breaking any self-advertising rules in chat. No, it's no worries, my friend. Go ahead. Feel free. Spirit Theory says, it's not mommy, it's mother. That seems more appropriate. Exactly. I'm a nun. It's sister or mother. Silly. Brainrot says, I'll dare up plain Ritz. They're so good. I fucking agree. I actually really enjoy a plain cracker. They're awesome. Okay, scrolling up here because I know I missed some messages. Oh my god, hi. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom in so the bwomp is bigger. There we go. Yay. Can I drink your milk, Mommy says. No, it's Mommy. As you can see in my name. All right, okay. I guess. I fucking guess so. Unsable Tester says noun. Isn't that a word other than a pronoun used to identify any class of people, places, or things? Common noun. To name a particular one of those. Proper noun. Bearmar says, no offense, I wouldn't call anyone Mommy. And that's fair enough. I once was with a girl who really, like, she was really into the mommy kink thing. All things considered, I'm pretty, I don't know, vanilla, I guess. I don't really care much about kinks, but I was with a girl who was really into the mommy kink thing, and I'll be honest, it was more strange for me than anything else. But I have parent issues on both ends, so maybe that's why. As a Memorial says, it was my 3-year anniversary yesterday. Oh my god! Happy belated 3-year anniversary. I'm so sorry that I was out of the house literally like from 11 a.m. to almost 11 p.m. last night. I hope that you had a wonderful 3-year anniversary. And I'm so sorry that I couldn't be there and say hello, but I hope it was wonderful. Let me see, scrolling up here to finish the rest of that message. Oh no, scrolling down because I'm lost again. As Mortis says, it was my 3-year anniversary and I launched a full animation studio, got some crazy huge voice actors. The website got launched and has a series trailer. That's pretty awesome. It's in partnership with people who used to work for Merryweather. That's so cool! Congratulations on your 3-year anniversary. I hope it was very exciting for you, and I hope that you had a lot of fun. Lizard in it says, breathe out fully and scream. Like a metal scream? Is that what you want? Also, welcome to the church. Can I drink your milk, mommy? I hope that you have a good day. May you be blessed, and thank you very much for joining the church. Okay, hold on. Let me turn down my gain so I don't blow out everyone's eardrums here.
There we go.
Is that what you wanted to hear? Let me see. Ryan Zipper says, it's mommy because you're so loving and caring to all your church members. Oh! Well, okay. I'll take that.
That's cute. I'll take it.
Okay.
Let me see.
I actually should probably do some metal vocal recordings later. I was doing some singing recording before stream, but I definitely need to do a little bit more on the screaming part for the song that I was working on. So maybe after stream, I'll do some more screams. Let me see. As a Mortis says, did May suddenly get softer for anyone else? Yes, I turned my gain way down because I did a quick little metal scream, and I didn't want to accidentally blow out anyone's speakers. But I turned myself back up. Thank you very much for reminding me. Sorry. I forgot that I turned my gain down so that I wouldn't blow out anyone's blow out anyone's speakers.
Sorry.
Let me see. Xena says, can you zoom out? This is making me soft. What the fuck? No. You have to deal with me being all up in your face. I'm like a 5-year-old that wants your attention. I'm like a dog that needs to be played with. Actually, smell check. When did you guys last shower? Most of you smell fine, but I'm picking up a little bit of stinky. Picking up a little bit of stinky in the chat today. Yeah, one of you stinky. But I can't quite tell who. Who's the stinky among us? Spirit Theory says, when you see the Jehovah's Witness knocking on your door through the peephole. Yeah, I'm trying to give you my religion. Opal the Viper says, what the hell? Oh my god, hi Opal. Sorry, I can assure you that the stink is not coming from you. Sorry, that was the Bwomp toggle. It makes me it's a fisheye view toggle. It's mostly very silly. Gamer says, last shower this morning, vanilla amber shampoo. Whoa, that's nice. I know I've talked about this a little bit before. I'm too stupid to detect the scent within, like, things, I guess. I don't know, like, it's same thing with taste buds, but I have issues picking up, like, the notes of flavors within things, but also, like, the notes of scents. But, like, I also have, like, a sensitive nose on that same, like, kind of token there. I, like, if a candle is too strong, I have, like, a hard time having it on for too long. But then, like, I can't ever parse out what the thing actually smells like. I don't know. Coffee Bucky says, sorry, I'm the stinky. Last shower was 1968. Mods? Put this man in the shower. Spirit Theory says, do the undead need the shower? I hope so. I don't know. Maybe it would just make you mold faster. Or mold? I don't know. Do corpses mold? No, they decompose. One of my friends, actually, unfortunately, has been dealing with a very, very bad management issue with his apartment. And he told me last night, he was like, oh yeah, Resident Evil is growing in my closet. And I said, what? And so there was a leak in his shower. And so now there's like mold growing in his closet because his management did a really shitty job. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. Love you too. Thank you. His management company did a really shit job at like checking the moisture levels within his wall, so now Resident Evil is growing in his closet. And thankfully, he's moving, so good for him. So glad he does not have to deal with the Resident Evil in his closet anymore. And I've heard a lot of shit about like mold, and how bad it is. So if you don't know, if you have not been in my church for a long time, my church has 2 stories, and the church neighbors above my church, they had a kid that liked to flood the toilet and then not tell anyone about it. And so in the bathroom, water would just start coming down from the ceiling and from the wall. And this happened like 3 times. It fucking sucked. And we were scared that we had poop in the walls. But thankfully, no poop in the walls. And thankfully, no like mold or any damage either. But so I got very lucky. And thankfully, the upstairs neighbors moved. So that hasn't happened since. But I know from friends who have dealt with mold problems that mold is like very pervasive. Have you guys ever had a mold issue? I'm interested. What happened? How the fuck do you get rid of mold? Unstable Tester says, stinky church? Nah. Zena says, the top church is the freaky one. I've been there. Oh, like the Catholic church? Sorry. I'm ex-Catholic, so I make a lot of disses about the Catholic church. Unstable Tester says, I'd say you were in some deep shit, dude. It fucking felt like it. I hated our upstairs neighbors. Spirit Theory says, my tomb isn't moldy, it's just dark and cold. Understandable. Hi, Okami! How are you, Okami? How was your weekend? Hello, my friend! Brainrot says, luckily I've never had a mold problem. Honestly, good for you. Slick Ninja says, instant transmission. Greetings, everyone. Hi! How are you, Slick Ninja? I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. Great Spinks Moth, also welcome to the church. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. God damn, got a lot of random church joiners today. What did I do? Am I on, like, a top search for just chatting or something? Because this is way more random churchgoers than normal. What happened here? What happened here? Anyway, sorry. Just confused. More so than anything else. Let me see. Slick Ninja says it's good. It's been a little bit, so I decided to stop by in the middle of a workout right now. Ooh! I see. I hope that you have a good workout. Get your fucking gains in. I hope that you have a great rest of your day if you are leaving soon. Thank you very much for coming and saying a little quick hello. Unstable Sister says, no, I found you on OrangeTube. OrangeTube? What the fuck is that? Anyway. Scrolling up. Bowtie says, average landlord L. Been there. God. Honestly, pretty lucky that my landlord is not too terrible for my church. What's curious? What's the worst, like, landlord situation that you guys have ever had to go through, or if you know someone that's had a really bad landlord situation in general? I'm curious. Slick Ninja says, doing this so I can hopefully put belt to ass when needed. Good luck with your workout, my friend. Spirit Theory says, I want to be productive, but I'm cozy, but I need to be productive. Yeah, dude, fucking felt you there, dude. I forced myself to get out of bed and do some singing. So I've been there. Scrolling back down here, because I know I'm super behind once more. Okami says, I literally just woke up. Good morning. And I can't believe my idol Freddy from FNAF is in the Epstein files. Also, that's crazy. Okay, I won't talk about this too long. But 3.5 million files were released from the Epstein files. And I don't want to talk about politics here. But on the funniest note fucking possible, Jeffrey Epstein sent videos of Five Nights at Freddy porn animations to one of his billionaire friends, and that's so fucking hilarious to me that Five Nights at Freddy's porn transcended the wage gap, dog. It's insane to me. I don't know. I lots of very terrible things in that file, but there was one thing to laugh about there.
Deadbeat says, May, guess what? You smelly.
What? What did you call me? Listen, I was just giving chat the smell check, and I can assure you the smell was not coming from me. It was coming from someone else. Point your fingers not at me. Point your fingers at someone else. Slickton just says, I may be back later, but take care. No problem, my friend. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Xena says, can you be my Valentine this year? I still need to figure out what the fuck I'm doing for Valentine's Day this year, because my friends are having a birthday party on Valentine's Day this year. So I need to figure out what day Valentine's Day is actually going to be, because I do want to do something cute for the church for Valentine's Day. I was thinking maybe like a romance-themed confession booth stream or something. But I don't know. I don't know what day it would have to be. I'm really busy this month. So we'll see. We'll see. But hopefully I can make the time to be everyone's Valentine this year.
Let me see.
Ambira says, I usually don't do anything for Valentine's Day. Fair enough. I live in a very touristy populated town. Any single holiday, like Valentine's Day or Christmas, it's always a fucking nightmare anywhere you go. So I usually won't go out on the actual Valentine's Day. And so that would usually mean that I would usually stream on Valentine's Day, but I'm not gonna be able to do that this year, I think. Whoa! Huge Cully stream! Hello, Cullidan Unicorn! Oh my freaking goodness! Hi, Cully! Hi, Raiders! Welcome in. My name is May, as in Heavy Metal May. I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. I am an aspiring metal vocalist, so if you are not going to stick around for the silly little church talk today, do feel free to check out my covers, because wink wink nudge nudge, Cully may or may not be singing with a certain nun at some point in the future, so but anyway, hello Cully, I hope that you were having a wonderful day. What were you streaming? And I hope that you had a wonderful stream as well. How are you doing today, my dear? I hope that you had a wonderful day. Cully says, we played Guilty as Sock. Oh, I want to play Guilty as Sock so bad. Did you play Guilty as Sock with your community or with fellow streamers? What did you do Guilty as Sock for? Cully said, I had to defend myself against the allegations. What are the allegations? What are the allegations? Zenith says, listen, can you do the ASMR or pay me, dog? Kidding. Cully says, with fellow streamers. Ooh, okay. That's fun. I hope that you had a wonderful stream. I do very much want to try Guilty as Sock at some point. So maybe at some point I will be able to do it. Cully says that I was being too silly. The common silly allegations. I hope that you were able to defend yourself. Were you guilty or were you innocent of the silly allegations? Because in my opinion, I surmise that you may be guilty of the silly allegations. But we'll see. Let me see here. Scrolling back up because I know for sure that I missed stuff here. Says I'm about to finish again because I was meowing. You're crazy. Let's see. Musa says, can't believe she was not guilty. She was released? She was acquitted of the charges of being too silly? That's crazy. I can't believe that at all. Well, I'm glad to hear that you had such a fun, Guilty as Sock stream. I hope you had a wonderful time. And also, thank you very much for raiding out to me today. If you need to get your rest after your stream, do feel free to, make your tea, make your dinner, whatever you need to do after your stream or get some sleep. Don't feel pressured to stick around if you need to get some rest after your stream. Thank you again for rating out to me, my friend. I'm very excited for the song that we'll be singing together soon. Spirit Theory says, you also make music? I mostly make covers right now, but I am hoping to release my first original song by my birthday. I was supposed to release it by my anniversary, but a lot of stuff happened, and we weren't able to finish it at that time. So I'm hoping to release it next month for my birthday. But we'll see! We'll see! Hopefully we can get there soon. Coley says, gotta raid and run, but I'm so excited too. Yay! I'm very happy to be singing with you very soon, Cully. And have a wonderful rest of your evening. I pray even that you get all the rest that you need. Spirit Theory says, what's your favorite bands? I've been listening to a lot of Spirit Box and Bad Omens lately. Brain Rot actually put me on a band called Paleface Swiss, and I've been listening to a lot of Paleface Swiss as well. But I do really like that band as well. I've been listening to that a lot lately. Also, I've been listening to a couple of older metal bands as well. Like, one of my regular viewers, Warsaw Pete, introduced me to a band called Skunk Anansie, and I really liked Skunk Anansie as well. I'm still going back and then listening to some of their older music, but I really liked them as well. Let me see. Sarah says, oh, May, I realized I forgot to tell you something. Also, you need more Proto Men. Oh, Church IT Tech got really into the Proto Men, actually. Church IT Tech has been listening to all of the Proto Men albums, and he showed me a couple of his favorite songs from the Proto Men. The Proto Men are really cool. I do like the Proto Men's. He was, telling me the story of some of the Proto Men, songs in one of their albums, and it was pretty cool. Sai says, tell him Act 3 is out after 20 years. Yeah, that's why he got into them. That's why he got into the Proto Men. But that was a really cool, that was a really cool story. Spirit Theory says, I love Spirit Box. My current favorite is Sleep Token. Ooh, I have some mixed feelings about Sleep Token. I really like some of their past albums, but I really was not a fan of Even in Arcadia. But I like Sleep Token generally. I'm hoping that they mix up their formula again, because I'd love to reignite, that kind of the love that I had towards them. But I do like Sleep Token. Zenith, buddy, calm down. Calm down, buddy. Okami says, you should check Car Bomb. Car Bomb. Okay, let me write that down. I always have sticky notes on me, so I can write down recommendations when they come up on stream. Car Bomb. Sai says, oh, I managed to get a stuck song on another streamer's head. Oh, also, I like Arch Enemy as well. But I am pretty sad because Alyssa left Arch Enemy. And Alyssa is one of my favorite metal vocalists. So I'm sad. I haven't listened to Arch Enemy in a couple months actually. Because Alyssa left and I liked Arch Enemy when they had Alyssa as a part of them. So I don't know. Spirit Theory says Vessel is my Oshis. Vessel is hot. I can't argue with you there. Let's see. Sai says, oh yeah, and the male singer in Expedition 33 is Victor Vorba, who sang Bury the Light in DMZ 5. Oh yeah, buddy. I know. You could hear Victor Borba instantly when he starts singing in that song. I think it's Unvi something. I don't remember the full title of the song, but the second Victor Vorba's vocals come in, you're like, whoa, Bury the Light guy. Airline says, so much great metal to enjoy. Been on a bolt thrower binge lately. Ooh, hell yeah. Warsaw Pete, I actually just saw you here as well. I sent Church IT Tech the Lord of the Rings inspired album, Nightfall in Middle Earth. I sent Church IT Tech the album. I don't know if you listened to it yet, but I have been sending your music recommendations to me from other people as well. And I have been listening more to Rotting Christ as well, the Greek metal band that you introduced me to. Because that was a very interesting band to me, and I really like their sound. Hi, Morbid Grin! How are you? Enjoy your lurk, and thank you very much for being here. Sai says, what did you think about Tom Morello's song for 14? Everything Burns? Everything Burns is actually a lot of fun. It's not my favorite song from the Arcadian series, but I do think that it's so fucking cool that Tom Morello has a song in Final Fantasy XIV. I really like it. Erlangton says, Running Crisis Peak! Yes! Let's see. What's up, pieces? Rotting Christ, folks. Yes, sir! Sai says, have you read some of the comments on the official YouTube for it? For the Everything Burns song? I think I have, because I remember reading comments about how, like, the song came about because Tom Morello and I think the drummer that worked with him on the song were playing D&D together, and then they, like, got onto, like, Final Fantasy 14 because they were playing D&D together. Very, very cool, very cool, very cool. Sai says, by God, it's the Warrior of Light with the steel chair. The way that you typed by God made me think of Benoit Blanc from the Knives Out movies. Speaking of which, chat, if you guys have not watched the Knives Out films, the third Knives Out movie just came out, and it was really fucking good. And I really want the Knives Out series to continue, so please do consider watching the newest Knives Out movie. It's called Wake Up, Dead Man. If you didn't know that Knives Out has other movies in the franchise, please watch them. I would really love it if Knives Out continued. With what little platform I have, I am singing the praises of Knives Out. It's such a good movie. Please watch Wake Up, Dead Man. Ira Phantom says, hell yeah, the new one is amazing. It was. And you guys will know instantly why I liked it when you start watching it. Let me see. Sai says, it's the way JR says, by God, when he was announcing for WWE. I see. Worse Up Piece says, I saw the first Knives Out. It was awesome. I don't have Netflix anymore, though. Hey, buddy, the high seas exists. The high seas exists. Brainrot says, gonna watch it ASAP. Yes! Very glad to hear it. Also, you can probably pick it up DVD-wise as well. Physical media is awesome, and I highly recommend picking up DVDs from time to time, if it's something that you really like. Jerry Mouse says, hey there, hope you're doing well. Hi, Jerry Mouse. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. How has your weekend been? Do feel free to pencil me in on how you're doing. Let's see, scrolling up here. If you guys have never watched, honestly, Warsaw Pete actually did send me, like, a couple of, mystery movies to look into, which I do have written down. I just haven't, but besides Iron Lung, I've been busy and I haven't really been watching a lot of movies lately, but I should watch more mysteries. I am very into mystery movies lately, and I would like to watch some more. Jerry Mouse says, what's a pizza place for my niece's 3rd birthday party, although her actual birthday was like a few days ago? Listen, dog, don't go to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. They're gonna bite your niece's head. I don't know, does Chuck E. Cheese still exist? I have no idea. Sai says, by the way, I posted the song I keep getting stuck in people's heads in music hall. 100% reminds me of truckin'. All right, hell yeah. Warsaw P says, what movies did I recommend? I already forgot. Let me look at my sticky notes. Can't. I have too many sticky notes. I can't find it quickly. But I'll have to scroll back up in the chat when talking about mystery movies last. Streamlabs says, oh, hello! Welcome in Dollar Bill 84. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you for joining my church. Jerry Mouse says, don't worry, I noticed stay away from that place. And yes, Chuck E. Cheese still does exist. Does Peter Piper Pizza still exist? When I was a kid, I really loved Peter Piper Pizza over Chuck E. Cheese. But I don't know if Peter Piper Pizza still exists. Have you guys, actually, a very American thing here. Did you guys ever go to, like, those kinds of pizza, like, fun pizza places when you were kids? Or teens, if you were of the age to still enjoy those things. Sai says, also, am I an asshole for getting papaya stuck in someone's head? No, I love the papaya song. Papaya. Paya, papaya, paya, papaya. Boop, boop, boop. Papaya. Paya, papaya, paya, papaya. So actually, I had papaya on my my last karaoke stream. It was on the set list, but we didn't get another one of the meme song wheels. So I didn't sing the papaya song, but that means I'll carry it over to the next one. Support main says, bro, I'm so high. I'm in your walls! I'm in your walls! I'm in your walls! I'm in your walls! I'm kidding. Feel safe. Support man says, I love Victor Borba. Oh, yeah. Dude, Victor Borba's voice is so, like, he has a kind of strain in his vocals that's so cool to listen to. I wish that I could pull off that same kind of strain as easily as he can, because he sounds so fucking good. I have sung "Bury the Light" on stream a couple times as well, because it seems to be a popular request from people. I love pretending I sound as good as Victor Borba does. Let me see. Scrolling up. Sai says, I went a couple times to different ones. I went to Chuck E. Cheese once, and others I went to used to show 40s and 50s cartoons. Ooh, that's interesting. I would go to them fairly often as a kid, but unfortunately, in the area that I lived at, there was a shooting, like, right outside of one of, like, the Chuck E. Cheeses, with the area that I lived in when I was a kid, and so my parents, like, never took me back, which, like, sucked because I was really young, too, so I wanted to go back to that Chuck E. Cheese so bad, but my parents wouldn't let me. So, Vegas things. Vegas things. Spirit Theory says, so I learned that the brain can't technically feel pain. Then what the fuck is a headache then? Good fucking question. I am a migraine sufferer, and they're debilitating. When I get migraines, all I can do is lay down and, like, cry and put myself in utter sensory deprivation. Like, I can't have any light, I can't have any sounds, or I will actually throw up everywhere. My migraines are terrible. What the fuck are they then? Oh, God. Okami says, yeah, we have one and I love Peter Piper pizza. I'm glad to see that the Peter Piper pizza brand still exists somewhere. That's very nice. Let me see, scrolling down. Warsaw Pete says, when I lived in the States, I went once for one of my classmates' birthdays. Fuck yeah, hell yeah. Sai says, by the way, were you able to tell when Jason Charles Miller was singing when you played Metal Gear Rising? So, I know Jason Charles Miller also sings in the Final Fantasy XIV soundtrack. He actually did one of my favorite songs in Final Fantasy XIV, which is Close in the Distance. I don't think I realized when he was singing in Metal Gear Rising, because I remember you telling me that Jason Charles Miller did sing in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, but I don't know if I recognize the song that he was singing in. If I recognize his voice when he was singing. I don't know. I'm thinking back on it, but I don't know. Let's see. Sportman says, yeah, we went to Cece's Pizza all the time when I was a kid. Yep, that was another... So, actually, the Cece's Pizza, where the area I used to live in when I was a kid, had a shooting inside of the Cece's Pizza and not outside, like the Chuck E. Cheese. What the fuck is wrong with pizza places in Vegas, by the way? Why are there so many shootings there? Anyway, God. Let's see. Jerry Mouse says, the place that we went to was called, I think, Big's World, Famous Pizza. To be honest, pizza was okay, but the arcade variety was cool. It had plenty of fun staples that the arcades would usually have, like machines and skee ball and all the other stuff, but the game selection itself was very average. A lot of, like, old arcades don't really have a lot of fun video games. So I understand. Support Main said, we had a vocalist for our band who sounded identical to him. Downside, he was a perfectionist and he had a masked ego. Fuck, that sucks. But really cool that you were a part of a band. That's super awesome. Warsaw P says, hearing about shootings is just so abstract. You USAians and your imaginary country. Dog, I don't know, man. It always sucks here. Spirit Theory says, I'm having a headache right now. It's only on the right side of my head. Make this make sense. Well, if you need to lay down and, you know, if you need to leave and lay down, we will not hold it against you, and I hope that your headache goes away as soon as possible. I'll try my best not to scream anymore. Let me see. Support Main says, headache is based on pressure on the fluid in the brain. Ah, God, terrible. Hate that. Sai says he did Rules of Nature Platinum Mix. Ooh, okay. Good to know. I'll have to re-listen to it. Let me see. Scrolling down, because I'm super behind. He also did Red Sun, Sundowner theme. Cool. I'll have to listen to the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance soundtrack again. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance was a lot of fun. I do want to play more of the Metal Gear series. I'm just scared. And I'm already playing so many different fucking games right now anyway. MGamer says, anyone else miss McDonald's and Burger King play places? Asking because of the Chuck E. Cheese talk. Dude, it's so weird. I like all of the modern McDonald's. So all of like the McDonald's in my state where I live, they've all really modernized it. So play places have very much gone the way of the dinosaur. Which is crazy because my dad used to just fucking drop me off at McDonald's and leave me in the play place for like a couple hours while he went and did whatever. It's crazy to me that kids don't really have that experience anymore. My dad would just leave me in fucking places all the time when I was a kid. He was not good at that. Okay, give me a second. I need to blow my nose really bad. I do apologize.
My nose is so itchy right now.
And I'm thirsty. Hold on, I need a drink of water. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. I had to both blow my nose and get some liquids in me. I apologize for the delay there.
La 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 la.
Where's that beat? I would love to see May play Mass Effect. Man, dude, the pile is only growing higher by the day. I wish I could play every video game in the world, but I can't. I'm not a full-time streamer. Support man says, I'm still in a band with my guitarist. I'm the bassist vocals. That's so cool. I'm envious that you get to have those experiences. That is super cool to me. I always thought it would be cool to like perform in a band, but I'm a weenie. Let me see, scrolling down here. Brainrot says the McDonald's near me doesn't even have cashiers inside anymore. It's all kiosk based. Yeah. I've been seeing those too. It's very weird how all of these like second and third spaces have just been disappearing. Like malls, fucking McDonald's play places. All of these like things are just kind of going slowly extinct. It's like we literally only go to work or home anymore. It's kind of sucks. But anyway. Let's see. Sai says, it's all fun and games till May plays an Armored Core title. I'm scared. Alrighty, my friends. Mama meow 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 meow. Mama meow 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 meow. Okay. Julius Tiger says, yeah, oh, Julius, when the fuck did you get here? Hey, man, how are you, Julius? I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. Julius says, yeah, the one thing that freaked me out is that I had a headache. The dentist or nurse injected my gum with painkiller, and the headache went away. I was like, oh, shit. I haven't been to the dentist in a really long time. I know I should go, but when you, like, stop going to, like, the doctor or the dentist, it's so fucking daunting to try to go back because you know them bitches are gonna want a fucking lot from you. I don't know. It's just scary. It's just scary. Julia says, also nice outfit. Thank you, my dear. Thank you. What was I talking about? I instantly forgot. What the fuck was I talking about? Hello? Dude, it's gone. What the fuck was I talking about? Shit! What was I talking about? Oh, being scared to go back to the dentist. Also, so like I know I said this in my Discord. I don't know if I told this. I know I told the story in the Discord. I do not think I told it on stream. But my mom went to the dentist like 2 years ago, and she was getting a root canal. And they exploded her fucking tooth. And they left some shards of her tooth in her gums. So she couldn't chew on, like, the left side of her mouth for months. Because she was in so much goddamn pain. I don't know how the fuck you explode a tooth and then leave the shards within someone's gums. But my mom was in pain for months. And she went back to that same doctor and, like, the dentist. And they couldn't figure out why the fuck she was in so much pain. So she went to another dentist because she was like, please God help me, I can barely eat anymore. And they found they found a bunch of shards deep in her gum because that other dentist she went to just fucking left the shards of tooth in there. So that has very much scared me away from going back to the dentist. Because what if I go and they're like, 1, you owe me $4,000. 2, I'm gonna explode all your teeth, you stupid fucking idiot. Kill yourself. And I'm gonna go, well, I guess I will. I don't know. It just sounds scary. I don't wanna. Let me see here. Brainrot says, dentists are both expensive and scary. Do you guys think the doctor is scarier or the dentist is scarier? Actually, poll time. Do you guys think the doctor or the dentist is scarier? Hold on. Poll. New poll. Which is scarier? The doctor or the dentist? Oh, you know what? I'll allow additional votes. Start poll. Just because I'm interested in seeing what the response is. Boop. All right. Let's see. Chris says, well, do your research with the dentist. Understandable. Shipbox Garage says, before I make any comments, what's the inspiration for this model? I just wanted, my main look is just my normal priest look. And I wanted something that looked more ornate and celebratory. So no inherent inspiration, but I knew that I wanted like a big, beautiful veil. I wanted like a lot of pearls, and I wanted the anniversary outfit to look like a celebration, kind of. So this is what we ended up on for the outfit. And then the hair is also different. They gave me cute little pigtails and extensions. So the anniversary outfit was more of I just wanted to celebrate my 1 year of streaming, and I wanted to look extra pretty. But yeah, so this is my regular design. And I also have a modern outfit too. If you guys prefer something a little bit more modern, a little bit more simple. And then I also, hold on, I could take off like the overskirt as well. So just give you guys some leg, some leg and some thigh. So I have 3 outfits. I have a 4th one designed as well. It's like a chill / cozy outfit, but I haven't really had the funds to do that because I've been focusing on trying to get more covers out the door. So eventually I'll get the chill outfit a model. Where's Hoppy says, perfect rave fit. Hell yeah. Bloof says, oh hey, we checking May out now? Sweet. Absolutely. Get a load of all the outfits. Get a load of them. I like to play dress up. I like all my outfits. I have my main outfit, I have my ceremony outfit, and then I have my modern outfit.
I like all my outfits. I think they're fun.
Let's see. Okami says, looking respectfully. Thank you. Okay, so it seems like Doctor won the poll. Honestly, I understand, though. I understand, too, because every time you go to the doctor, you never know if they're going to be like, you're good, you're fine, go home, or if they're going to be like, dude, you're so ill, you have to die. You know? I don't know. I maybe I'm just scared of anything bad happening to me. Maybe that's what the issue is here. Maybe I just don't want to be told any news at all, ever. Okay, let me center my model here because I'm not doing that. Brainrot says, I just don't want to die. Shipbox Garage says, dentist has giggle gas. And as a gearhead, that's a plus in my book. Y'all ever seen Little Shop of Horrors with the sadistic dentist? He sings, 'cause I'm a dentist. And I enjoy causing things pain. And he's like inhaling the giggle gas the entire time. That's like the general mental image that I have of dentists. Okami says, dentists are scary and proctologists exist. Yeah, fair. Shitbox Squish says, wife's favorite movie. Your wife has taste! I love Little Shop of Horrors. Little Shop of Horrors is such a fun musical. If you've never seen Little Shop of Horrors, it's a musical where this guy who's very down on his luck, very abusive situation, he gets an alien plant, and the alien plant eats people. And so the plant is like, hey man, you gotta feed me people if you want me to grow. And so this guy gets like big and famous as he keeps feeding the plant blood and people. And there's a bunch of other things that goes on in the musical, but that's like the gist of it. It's a very fun and silly musical, and it has kind of an interesting ending. So if you guys have never seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. Let's see. Warsaw P says, anyway, I think the giggle gas is only in the U.S., though. Wait, really? Laughing gas is only a U.S. thing? I have no idea. Shipbox Ross says, the welding shop we used to fill our nitrous bottle at got in trouble because they were actually using dental nitrous. That's so fucking funny. Wow. Sai says the musical was from 1987 and there's 2 endings, the good ending and the original ending. Yeah, because they did a screening. They did a screening before the movie released, and the original ending depressed people so bad that it made their entire experience with the movie worse. And so they ended up 6-7. Well, thanks for the bits, I guess. I appreciate it. Sai says, yep, and the original ending is the ending from the original 1950s black and white film. Yep, I do recall. I do happen to have some musical lore in my brain. Warsaw P says, yeah, we just don't hear that here in Europe. Just a general needle to the gums with anesthetic. That's so interesting. Huh. I wonder why there's so much shit that slides in America that doesn't slide in Europe. Very interesting to me. Sai says, also the voice of Audrey 2, which is the big man-eating plant in Little Shop of Horrors, was a member of the Four Tops and voiced Mother Brain in Captain M the Game Master. That's cool! I love how many fun facts you got up in your head, man. That's awesome. Also, Big Chungus Migs with your 6-7 bits. How are you doing today, my friend? I hope that you're having a good day. And what are you up to? Today is just a Just Chatting Sunday sermon, so feel free to yap about whatever the fuck you'd want. Big Chungus Migs says, I yanked my tooth out with pliers once. Granted, I was drinking with friends. As a fully grown adult? What the fuck? What did you do that for? For like street cred? That's crazy. Seeing this, can you be my goth dummy mommy? I'm a nun. I mean, I am goth. I just don't think I give dummy vibes. But anyway. Shitbox Garage 667. What does a late model Cummins or Power Stroke diesel engine have to do with Rick Moranis? Yeah, fair. I think the kids just like 6-7, and that's all you have to worry about. Actually, a couple months ago, I realized I was getting old when in my office, there were these college kid like interns, and they were doing the 6-7 like arm motion at each other from across the office. And I was like, what the in my head I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And then I didn't realize it until about 3 days later when I got a 6-7 TikTok on my For You page about it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm old. I don't understand what the kids are joking about anymore. No. Let me see. Sai says, and the producer, like I said earlier, was Frank Oz, who you might know as from the Blues Brothers, but best known as Miss Piggy of the Muppets. He was her voice and puppeteer. Wait, really? That's crazy! Whoa. Oz was also the voice of Master Yoda in Star Wars. So Miss Piggy and Yoda are the same person behind him? That's crazy. That's so funny. That's so silly. Wow. Same guy. That's crazy. Wow, interesting. The more you know. There's so much to learn in this world. Bloof says, I swung at my doctors and nurses after coming to from anesthesia once. Wait, really? That's so funny. Did you land any hits? I've actually never been put under anesthesia for anything before. I've never had to go through any operation or anything that was that serious. Wow. So, actually, another question here. How many of you guys have actually been under anesthesia before for anything in general? I'm curious. Because I've never been under for anything. Okami says, I'm not old. I just can't follow the speed of the meme. 6-7 was a horror game at the start of its life. Really? It was? Kenny says, I have. Ooh, interesting. What is being under anesthesia like? I mean, I understand that you don't really, know. But what was it like? Sai says, for dental surgery, I lost 12 teeth. Damn! That's a lot of fucking teeth! Bloof says, I actually did. My poor doctor apparently had a bloody nose when he came out to talk to my girlfriend. No! Oh, no! Oh, God. That's so funny. Bloof, I didn't know you had it in you. Let's see. Truckin says, surprise, shawty. Oh my god, hi, Truckin! How are you, my friend? How did you enjoy Iron Lung? No spoilers, but I know that you were just watching Iron Lung. How was the movie? Did you enjoy it? What was it like? And we're also talking about injuries right now. So I've just asked everyone, have you ever been under anesthesia before? And if you have, what was it like? Because I've never been under. Scrolling up here. Let me see. Let's see. All right. Give me just a sec. Okay, scrolling back down because I know I missed some chat messages. Where's up? He says, I've been once. I broke my arm at the wrist when I was a kid, and it moved a bit, and they had to put me under to adjust it. I remember nothing. That's crazy. Big Chungus says, I broke my tib fib, and I had to get 13 screws and a plate of titanium on my ankle to my knees. Oh, that's crazy. 13 screws. Do you set off metal detectors? Wow. Let's see. Shitbox Garage says, dude, I got those pulled in boot camp. That was an awful experience. Good lord. Okami says, 6-7 was an analog horror meme at first. It was? I thought it was a rap meme. Dude, I've heard so many different things about 6-7 now. I have no idea. Let's see. Bloof says, it got so much worse because I remember fuzzily that the Nerfus kept laughing every time I passed them by. Because you decked their doctor in the face. That's very funny. Truckin says, it was really good. I was under to get my wisdom teeth removed. I'm glad that you enjoyed watching Iron Lung, my friend. We'll have to chat about it more later. But I hope you had a wonderful time. Scrolling down. Bloof said the last nurse even said, oh, we're never gonna forget you. I mean, that's kind of nice, actually, because they were like, wow, this guy's so memorable. He decked someone in the face. That's so cool. I mean, hey, I'd like to be remembered for decking someone in the face. Also, welcome both Big Chungus Migs and Sebi League for joining the church. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. Scrolling down, cause I'm back again. Higher Phantom says, it wasn't bad, but wore off after the third tooth, so they had to shoot me up again. Oh, that sounds scary. Dr. Problem says, I once lost a fight with a chair and tore my nose in half. No anesthesia was involved. What the fuck do you mean by tore your nose in half? That's crazy. What? Whoa, that sounds nuts. Do you have like a scar on your nose? That's crazy. Xeno Future says, I guess I'm never escaping that number. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Sebalik says, hi. Hi, Sebalik. How are you today? Currently, we're talking about injuries and being under anesthesia, but feel free to tell me if you have a crazy injury story. I'd love to hear about it. Sai says, I want to see May cover it. Oh, the theme in the music hall? For sure. Sai says, oh, May, speaking of decking people in the face, have you seen the punch scene in That Shaggy Dog? Dude, I haven't thought about that movie, That Shaggy Dog, since I was like 6, man. That movie is old as fuck. I do know what you're talking about, though. Okami says, I'll send you the compilation of the OG meme. Okay, got it. Okay, for sure. Sebi Lee says, I was caught tornado raid and I finished here somehow. But your model looks sick. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot and I hope that you enjoy being in my church. Today is just a Sunday sermon, so we're just yapping about bullshit. Feel free to yap about whatever the hell you'd like. Xeno Future says, there was a time I had a burn mark on my arm and a burn mark on my stomach. So, thankfully, not my burn, but as I think I've told you guys before, my very first job, I worked at a movie theater. And the most gnarly injury I saw there was this girl. So they were cooking popcorn in these kettle poppers. And these kettle poppers are like up. They're like, it's a big giant cart that fills up with popcorn, but the popcorn poppers are at the top of the machine. And she went to pull the lever to dump all the popcorn out of the popcorn maker, and she accidentally touched her arm to the side of the kennel popper, and those things get ridiculously hot. I don't even know what the temperature is, but the second that she touched her arm to the thing, her skin like melted to the thing, and so she physically couldn't rip her arm off of the popcorn kernel cooker. And it was an insane scar. Like, they had to take her via ambulance and everything. And so she ended up being out of work for, like, I think a couple months. And once the burn had fully healed up, the company had to pay for some kind of, what was it? They had to pay for some kind of, like, I don't remember what it was. I don't remember what the term is, but they had to pay workers' comp pretty much. And with that workers' comp, she ended up getting a massive tattoo on her arm, which was a shame because she was a really beautiful young girl and she didn't have any tattoos and she didn't seem like she wanted any. But on the bright side, the tattoo that she got was beautiful and it covered up the burn very well. But it was fucking gnarly. And it was honestly a very scary day to be working at the movie theater. But yeah, it was awful. Bloof said that sounded like a 3rd-degree burn. I'm 90% sure it was, because, like, the entire, like, flesh was, like, pink and white. It was so terrible. Yeah, nope. Hated that. Hated witnessing that. Fusion Flare says, "Hi, May, you my good girl, and how are you doing? Kill yourself, but I hope you're having a good day today." Fusion Flare says, "I appreciate you." I appreciate you as well. Thank you very much for coming in and saying hi today. What are you up to? Fill us in on your weekend. Okami says, "I've only been under general anesthesia once, and I was out for almost 32 hours after surgery, appendicitis." Whoa, that's a long time. 32 hours? Holy shit. Wow. Dr. Problem says, "It's a touch faded now, but I do have the stereotypical scar across the nose." That's cool. That's cool. I think scars are awesome. So, hey, you're a real fucking champ for dealing with that scar. I think scars are really cool, personally. Let's see. Sebi Leak says, "Oh, I've had multiple injuries. 2-time concussion, break my small left finger, and I hurt my spine once by hitting a soccer post." Ow! Ow! I think, like... So I've been very lucky to never had any major injuries. Like, I've never broken an ankle, never sprained anything, never broken a bone, never sprained anything. But I think the worst injury I ever had was I was riding my bike as a kid, and something happened to where I needed to swerve, and I ended up swerving off of the sidewalk and into, like, a ditch. And I hit my stomach on the front of, like, the bike handlebars, so it knocked the wind out of me as I fell. And I just couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe for, like, a full, like, minute or something, and it was so scary. And I was, like, fine. I just had some bumps and scrapes and bruises. But I just remember it being very scary. But thankfully, I've never broken a bone or anything. Oh, and I also fell down the stairs a couple years ago. I fell down the stairs at a very, very nice theater in Vegas called the Smith Center. I tumbled down the stairs, and luckily I didn't break anything. But the stairs were all very sharp and they're marble, and so as I fell, my legs caught beneath me, and I basically slid down the stairs on my knees, and my legs got so deeply bruised that I couldn't even sleep with my blanket on because my legs were so tender and in so much pain that I couldn't have any fabric on my legs, and it was like February, so it was cold as fuck outside. I could barely walk for like 2 weeks. It was gnarly. It fucking sucked. And my legs were like black, blue, and yellow for like, a month after. It's a miracle I did not break anything. But like to this day, I'm like a little scared of going down the stairs. Because I fucking fucked my shit up on the stairs. But I'm okay. All things considered, I'm okay. And I've never broken anything, so I'll consider that a dub. Sebi Leak says, I already read that one. Sorry. Higher Phantom says, "Oh yeah, I have plenty of burn scars from those poppers. Yeah, man, those things fucking hurt." Also, "Hi, Zio. How are you?" Thank you for your sippy and stretchy. I will take that real quick. Give me a moment. Okay. Higher Phantom says, "That's wild. That must have been malfunctioning and too hot." Definitely. Brainrot says, "My dad cut off an inch of his finger off on a table saw." Oh! Church IT Tech cut off a finger. Hold on. That came out wrong. Church IT Tech cut off a small part of his finger. Church IT Tech, do you wanna tell us the story? Church IT Tech's coming, but Church IT Tech did cut off a piece of his finger at one of his jobs. Get over here, Church IT Tech. What's your story with your finger? With your fucked up finger?
Hi, Chet.
Mine was just at work. I was working the slicer at a sandwich shop, and I was trying to get it thin enough, the meat thin enough, and the little slammer wouldn't go down all the way, so I pushed it down, and then my finger went in.
Oh.
And I'm only missing a little bit on one of my fingers, but it's just a little oblong.
Yeah, a little oblong finger.
Yeah, it's not that crazy.
Yeah, but like still ouchy.
Yeah.
My
When it gets cold, sometimes it hurts, but that's it.
Yeah. What kind of slasher was it? Was it a big old bitch? Big old bitch of a slasher?
I mean, yeah, there was a spinning blade.
Oh, it spun?
Yeah.
So I thought that it was one of those things where you like push the meat in and it just like it slices like one big slice. Where the fuck does it spin?
It spins like this,
Uh-huh.
and then the meat goes like that.
Whoa.
So you're like, slice, 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 and then my finger went, slice.
What would it do if you put your penis in it?
Cut it off.
Whoa, I didn't know that those things span. Whoa, gross. Sorry about your finger, my man. Johnny Slick says, I feel you, man. I've almost done the same thing on the slicer. Sai says they have a spinning blade. I didn't know that they span. Warsaw P says it's like a meat saw. Meat saw! Dr. Problem says, well, the weenus is made of meat, so... Yeah, fair. Bloof says the sandwiches that day never tasted more delicious. Gross! I bet they probably... Did they have to throw out the meat that you cut when you cut off your finger? Or a piece of your finger? Yeah, they threw it out. They threw it out. Bayra says, my dad doesn't have a finger there anymore. Oh, fingernail. Ugh, nasty. Sai says, but yeah, I think my worst injury is like the 4 slipped discs from doing cowgirl. What? Huh? What? Sorry. What? You were doing cowgirl? What the fuck do you mean by that? Please elaborate. Were you riding... Dude, were you grinding like crazy on a peanuts? That's nuts. What? Please give us some context. I would love to know. Sai says, I have 4 slipped discs in my back from having sex with my ex-wife. She was too heavy. Okay. Got it. Okay. Understandable. I see, Sai, I thought you were doing the cowgirl. I was like, as far as I knew, buddy, I thought you were straight. I mean, it could have been a pegging experience, but still, the added context is nice. Sai says, I told her to save a horse and ride a cowboy. She put my ass to pasture. Got it. Okay, for sure. Doctor of Problem says, welcome into the church, buff cowboy hellhound demon. I hope that you're having a good day, and also bless you very much. Thank you for coming to my church, my darling. Ropoke says, Twitch decided to put me on your stream, so hello. I hope that you are all having a wonderful day. How are you guys doing today? We're talking about injuries currently, and, Sai just told us about how he has 4 slipped discs from piping his wife too hard, I guess. How are you guys doing today? Feel free to tell us an injury story on your part if you'd like, or just tell me about your day or your weekend. I'm always happy to hear about it. Julia says, I tripped, fell, and my wrist ended up hitting a tower fan really hard. I literally had the cartoon knot and it hurt like hell. Called the medical symptoms telephone doctor in the morning and they expedited me to see a doctor. God damn! Fuck, that hurts! Bloof says, I remember climbing a tree and not knowing how to get down, so in my head I planned to jump down and tuck and roll on the ground like they do in parkour. What I did instead with my legs stiff straight, that hurt. Fuck! Ow, that sounds terrible. Man, so sorry that apparently a lot of you were just playing fucking jackass with your lives. Because a lot of you have had some pretty nuts injuries. I feel very glad that I'm, honestly, not had any major injuries. I feel pretty good, not gonna lie. Also, welcome to the church, Amy and Roko Poco. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and may the both of you be blessed. Thank you very much for being here. Amy says, get Void Catted. Like meow? Like meow, maybe? Alrighty. Scrolling down here because I know I'm super behind on chat again. Let's see. Death by Stu Snoo. What the fuck? Rokapaga says, I had no idea how Twitch managed it. Like, huh? Like, what? I'm sorry. What's going on, actually? Is, like, Twitch sending out notifications about my channel or something? Again? Because that happened to me once, and I have no idea what happened or how that happened. So what's going on? What did I miss? What did I do? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Let's see. Scrolling down. Okami says, I have at least 60 scars around my body. I was kind of savage and very bullied for the first 20 years of my life. And honestly, understandable. But I hope that your scars do not bother you very much. Loof says, hey, I'm a Maypostal and welcome to Church Jack. Of course. Sai says, May, have you not seen that episode of Futurama? The mind is willing, but the body is spongy and weak. Dude, I'll be honest. I have not watched a lot of anything, really. I have seen some Futurama episodes, but, like, I've never watched, like, the full series or anything. I don't know. Brera says, Futurama's goated. I don't know. I personally just haven't watched a lot of anything, really. I was always more of a computer girly than a TV girly. Piggy Bite says, oh, wow, such a cutie. I love your motto. Thank you, my dear. I appreciate that very much. Earlier, I was wearing my ceremonial outfit for most of the stream as well. But I have a couple of outfits. I could change it up. But thank you very much for finding me, even my base self, quite cute. Sebby Leak says, when I still played soccer, my mother would tell me before I head out, come in one piece, please. Understandable. I think Church IT Tech also injured himself by doing soccer in one of his knees.
Hi.
He got, both of them. He got fucked up knees because he did soccer. Listen, my ass, I just did theater and marching band, and I didn't get any injuries from those, so I'm good. Nothing wrong with me. Warsaw B says, oh, you gotta watch Futurama. It's goated. I concur. Dude, Church IT Tech has been trying to get me to watch Adventure Time with him for like 3 years. I still haven't watched much of Adventure Time. I think we're only in like season 2, and there's like 6 or 7 seasons of it. 9, even? I have no idea. I just suck at watching stuff, man. Let's see, scrolling up here, Blue... Okay, hold on, scrolling up here. Bloof says, we got, anime and parts you to watch her here. Yeah, maybe. Also, welcome in Piggy Pie to the church. I hope that you are having a wonderful day, and also thank you for being here. May you be blessed. What's up, Pete says, hot take, it was overrated, just a Hachiko riff-off. The episode that broke me was the mom episode. Gamer says Adventure Time is good. Brainross says Adventure Time is great. Sai says Adventure Time is okay. God damn, lots of... Okay, different opinions here. I honestly just don't really watch a lot of anything, nor have I ever been much of a watcher of anything. Julius says, I liked Futurama, but I think when they went to Comedy Central, it felt phoned in. I don't know shit. Piggy Pie says, I did nothing in high school and I'm in constant pain. Fair enough, brother. Fair enough. Okami says, Adventure Time is 11 out of 10. Bloof says, y'all ever watch Teen Titans Go, though? That show's goated for real. I think most cartoon fans would, like, put you on a pike and kill you if you said that. I mean, I was really into Gravity Falls when I was younger. I will be honest, though, I have not watched a whole lot of cartoons or anything since then. I have just always really been into anime, and that's, like, kinda it. That's kinda it. Sai says, I was more of a Gumball / regular show kind of guy. Fair enough. Sai says, May, oh my god, can I get you to react to something? Depends on what it is. Depends on what it is. Blue says, I'm so proud of this community for not lambasting me just now. I think most people just saw your message and went, not based, and then just scrolled by. Honestly, and most people lambast me here. I'm the one that everyone yells at, so you're fine, Bloof. Also, thank you very much for your daily prayers. What are you all doing your daily prayers for, by the way? I am praying that all of you have health and safety and that it's not too fucking cold where you guys are. Piggy Pie says, Steven Universe Owl House. If it had queer characters, I love it. Hell yeah, baby, let's go. We love the gays. Warsop P says, for me, one of the best animated series from the past decade was She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. 5 seasons, full story, best lesbian ship, goated, and trapped the best autistic representation. I actually did really like the She-Ra cartoon. I watched it because I was, listen, I'm a bisexual. I love seeing women fall in love. So I did enjoy the She-Ra show. I do think that Gravity Falls is still my favorite cartoon. I just really like how weird it is. But She-Ra was also very good.
Let me see here. Let me see here. Let me see here.
Saya says it's one of the most hilarious scenes in Gumball. I might have seen it then because I tend to get a lot of Gumball clips like on my Twitter and on my TikTok.
Slipknot Guy says, hi there. How are you doing, May?
Hi, Slipknot Guy. How are you, my friend? I hope that you're having a wonderful day. It's good to see you, my friend. Hierophant says, if you like Gravity Falls, you'll love Over the Garden Wall. Actually, hey, I've actually only watched Over the Garden Wall for the first time last year. So I have watched Over the Garden Wall. Only watched it for the first time last year, but it was very good. Very strange, atmospheric show, but I really liked it. Shipbox Garage says, Adventure Time's up there on the list. I watched it because my niece loved it. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm glad that you all have things that you enjoy. It's a beautiful thing for everyone to have different opinions and different loves. Slipknot Guy says, I'm good, thank you. I just came back from an amazing gig. Hell yeah, brother. What was the gig? Who'd you go see? Slipknot Guy says, I saw a band called Via Nova. Cool. I'll have to look them up. But I hope you enjoyed the gig. I hope it was wonderful. Higher Phantom says, hell yeah, one of my faves. I rewatch it every year. It's Americana Dante Inferno. Okay. Fuck yeah. Right now, we're talking about cartoons and other things that we like. But you're more than welcome to chime in and talk about whatever you'd like today. Today is just the Sunday sermon where we chat about fucking whatever bullshit that we feel like. So feel free to start yapping about whatever you'd like.
Hello.
Also taking a little sip of my lemonade here. Bloof said if you've never watched Primal, that show is phenomenal. I've actually never seen Primal. I have no idea what that is, actually. Slipknot Guy says Via Nova are amazing. They metalcore combined funk, soul, R&B, and 80s synth. That sounds cool. Ooh. Okay, yeah, definitely. We'll have to if you're a part of the Discord server, send through your favorite Via Nova track, and I'd love to listen to it after stream. Sandpaper Dragons is welcome into the church, Sandpaper Dragons. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and may you be blessed. Thank you very much for being here, my dear. Scrolling down because I know I'm behind again. Shipbox says, I blame SWAT cats for a radical squadron for furries. It's an old show from the 90s. Interesting. Furry lore. Speaking of furry lore, I did watch a 40-minute long video about warrior cats last night. That was fun. Let's see. Sebi League says, I'm gonna sleep, but it was nice to meet you. I try to catch stream last time because you have good vibes. Thank you. I do stream 4 nights a week. I'm here Tuesday, Thursdays, Fridays, or Saturdays, and always Sundays. So I hope I'll see you again Tuesday, Thursday, or next Sunday. I stream 4 nights a week, so I hope to see you again, my friend. Let's see. Bloof says, okay, guys, name the most obscure cartoon that you've ever seen. Oh, dude. I don't know. I don't know what the most obscure cartoon would have been. Like, the only thing I can think of is some, like, weird anime. But I don't know, in all honesty. I'll have to think about that. I don't know. Scrolling down here, because I know I'm behind again. Shipbox Garage says, SWAT Cats has also contributed to the cat girl craze in the mid-2000s. Based! Based! More cat girls! Based! Sorry, I like cat girls. Let me see. Sandpaper Dragon says, yo, also W Opinion, Gravity Falls is peak. Thank you. Glad to have another peak enjoyer here. Piggy Pie says, adult or kid? Adult is absolutely the Hulu show Crossing Swords.
Oh my god, you're cat girl. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Julia says the one in the Star Wars Holiday Special has got to be the most obscure. It was a really bad TV special. No idea. Bloof says mine was probably Big Sheep in the Big City. Do you guys remember Shaun the Sheep? It was like a claymation, cartoon. But I somewhat remember that. Maybe that's like more obscure. Bloof says, you love cat girls? Love yourself then. Love yourself! Oh my god, meow! Anubis God Drake says, I found you. Oh my god, hey. How are you, Anubis God Drake? I hope that you are having a wonderful day today. Thank you very much for being here. How are you, my dear? How's your day? Higher Phantom says, most obscure show is probably Cyber Six, probably. I do find a lot of indie stuff online to watch. Fair enough. Also, if you are just coming in here today, today is the Sunday sermon. Today we are just chatting about whatever the fuck we want. Right now we're talking about cartoons and obscure things that we've watched, so you're feel free to pitch in on that conversation. But also, you're more than welcome to start yapping about whatever the hell that you'd like to as well. Feel free. Step right on in, hang out, get cozy, and let's chat. I hope that you're having a wonderful day today. Let me see. Kurosh is a speak, says, I'm talking to this openly poly girl, but I think I could fix her. Am I committing a great mistake? Buddy, what is there to fix? Hey, it's her life. Her life, nothing for there to fix if she feels like she's content with her life and her decisions. So, don't know what you mean by fixing someone. In all honesty, I've never actually understood the whole thing of like, I can fix someone. Because if you're gonna be with someone, doesn't that mean that you want to like accept and love them as they are and not fix them? I don't know. Maybe it's me and my idealized version of love in my brain. But I've never really understood that sentiment, I guess. Let's see. Scrolling down here because I'm behind another. Kurosh Speak says, I know, but it's me wanting monogamy. In that case, like, I understand the way you feel because I am also monogamous. But, like, in that case, maybe they're just, like, not the right fit for you, you know? Like, if there's something about them that you personally don't feel like you really jive with, it's fine to accept that about someone. And you can try to make a relationship work if that's what you so choose, but if you feel like you want to deny someone a fundamental part about their own happiness and personality, maybe they're just not the person for you. And there's a monogamous lady out there for you that maybe you'd have better chemistry with. So, I don't know. You know, the world is your oyster. But that is simply my thought on it. Bloof says, if your girl is wild, then prove you love her and grab a shovel. Sorry, what? Also, welcome to the church, Cheese Curd. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you very much for being here. Truckin says, I don't want to fix anyone. I want a goth baddie to ruin me. Yeah, Truckin wants to be ruined. He does not want to be fixed. So, hey, any goth baddies here? There's a guy over there that wants to be ruined. He's bald and he's got a lot of money. Kurosh says, 3 billion women on Earth, and I just so happen to fall for this one, man. Fuck. I mean, sometimes the heart wants what it wants, and maybe you'll learn something about yourself if you take a chance with that girl. Who knows? Okami says that I can fix him, her, they is bullshit. The correct answer is he, she, they can fuck me up. Real! Dog, maybe if you date her, you'll fucking learn something about yourself, you know? Speaking in a purely perverted perspective here, maybe you'll find out that you really like threesomes or something. I don't know, man. The world's your oyster. There's so much in life for you to discover. I'm kidding. Sandpaper Dragon says, sometimes the heart is dumb. And you know what? You're right. The heart is stupid as fuck. I was in so many bad relationships with people who were, honest to God, fucking mean as shit to me. But, like, I worshipped them because the heart is stupid. And the stupid heart will want what the stupid heart wants. That's just what happens. Sai says, I'm pretty sure Truckin' was more of a any hole is a gold type. Yeah. Biggie Pie says, big booba, thick goth girls are just my type. And you know what? A lot of people would agree. I myself am a bisexual woman, so I do agree. But honestly, any woman is good. But
Church IT Tech, I'm with Church IT Tech, and I'm monogamous, so, you know, that's my little guy.
Let's see. Bloof says, we call the threesomes the Ouroboros. That's crazy. That's funny. Actually, I like that. I'll be taking that. Worse up, he says, nah, his furry daughter has a hole, but even Truckin' got boundaries. Okay. Sai says, there's nobody on Earth who can comprehend my sexual preference. Alucard, Hellsong Ultimate Abridged. Hell yes, King! Hell yes! Anyway. Thank you for your daily prayer, Sandpaper Jackins. Appreciated. Let's see, scrolling up here. Kurosh says, the goth girl fetishizing is kind of corny. I understand where you're coming from. I think, like, do you guys remember the Samsung, like, phone girl thing that happened, like, 10 years ago? I feel like that was the point where like this kind of kicked off, where like the goth girl, the goth baddie became the end all be all of women. And like I agree, you know, I get it, I understand, but like I don't know, I think, sorry, not to quote a meme from 12 years ago, but all women are queens. You know, preference is preference, and I agree that the goth women are beautiful, but like it's very much been a thing on the internet for a long time. There's definitely some strange roots in it, but Bloof says I'd argue that the goth baddie girl just replaced the manic pixie dream girl, and you're right, honestly. That is just the new age version of the manic pixie dream girl. Good call out there, actually. That's a good point. Truckin says, I would climb the fuck out of the Samsung girl. Yup. I knew it. Saya says, are you kidding me? I blame Tim Burton for my goth girl fetishism. Karosh says, I want a goth baddie to ruin me. Meanwhile, it's the most basic dude. Like, you couldn't even handle one. I mean, listen, if it's Truckin saying it, I have full confidence that Truckin could handle anything. But I understand. Warsop P says, TBH with the goth baddies, it's 99% that meme is, I want a goth baddie. Goth baddie appears. Get scared. Yeah, I mean, I think if most of you, not most of you, this is a generalization. If most people that are always on their knees begging for a goth baddie, if a goth baddie comes up to you and is like, look at my little taxidermy craft, look at the skulls I've been collecting, that's a real one. That's a real goth baddie. And if you're scared of that, you don't want a goth baddie. You want a girl who wears a Hot Topic choker, you know? I don't know. Sai says, fucking Winona Ryder is Lydia. I was a baby when that movie came out. Oh yeah, I remember. Bloof says, women are scary, man. What can you do? Dr. Problem says, the inability to handle it's kind of the point. One does not get ruined by being able to handle it. Interesting perspective there, my friend. Warsop Pete says, and the Manic Pixie Dream Girl was supposed to fix you. The goth baddie is supposed to ruin you. Like she's the one from Live in La Vida Loca. Fair. Bloof says, you don't want a real goth, you want a weekend goth. A lot of good and interesting takes here, my friends. Bloof says, you don't want a real goth, you want... Oh, I already read that one.
Sorry.
Truckin says, I'd look at all the goth baddies' red flags through rose-colored glasses. Truckin, you're just always dying. You're always dying for anything. Biggie Pie says, not me, I get it, but girls, sacrifice me to the old gods, please. Blood sacrifice, please. Anyway. Bloof said, loser says, what? Fuck you. Fuck you. God, I hate you. Sai says, I don't even want a girlfriend anymore after getting a divorce. And yeah, understandable. Bloof says, Mrs. Speed Reader over here. Yeah, you get real fucking used to reading quick when you when you stream. Gotta be quick on your feet. Quick-witted. Quick on your feet. Quick in everything. The quick fox jumped over the lazy brown dog, or whatever the hell the sentence is that contains every single letter in the alphabet. Anyway, my friends, we are at about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'm doing just fine, but, how are you guys doing? Well, actually, what are you guys planning on having for dinner? Because I don't know what I want to have for dinner, and I should probably figure that out. Sai says, reading quickly isn't the only thing I could do quick thanks to streaming. That's true. I can piss like nobody's business thanks to streaming. I try to pee as quick as I possibly fucking can. Let me see. Dr. Problem says, I just woke up. And you know what? Hell yeah. Good for you and good morning, my friend. Brainmouse says, I'm chilling. Hell yeah. Happy Sunday. Brainmouse says, I'm gonna make a burger. God, that sounds awesome. I don't know. I said this earlier. I'm craving Chinese food. I really want like noodles in particular. I want like Chinese stir-fried noodles. But then a burger also sounds really good. And I don't know which one I want more. Burger or Chinese food. Both sound so good. Dragon says, I just ate a frozen dinner, meatball and noodles. Now to warm up the frozen Alfredo and chicken. That sounds pretty yummy too. Honestly, I'm kind of hungry now. Honestly, I'm pretty hungry and I'd like some food actually. Sai says it's Chinese food with ground beef. I think the place that I like to order from, it's usually like noodles and then like slashes of beef up in them noodles. Let me see. Warsaw Pieces, I had a nice dinner. Baked salmon with potatoes and cherry tomatoes with garlic, olive oil, butter, and lemon juice. God, that sounds so good. Cook for me, please. I'm lazy. Ooh. I'm hungry now. Sandpaper Dragon says, no idea what I'm eating. Probably some microwavable pies because I'm feeling lazy. Real. You're real as hell for that. And I hope you enjoy your microwavable pies. Sai says it's been 3 years. He's not dumb rat. He's fucking dead. Blue says, OMG, thin slices of brisket and instant ramen sounds so good right now. Oh, I'm hungry. I guess I'll be ending stream soon and eating because goddamn, I'm hungry. Vacant Vito says, you look like you'd tell me, hold on, I'm tongue-tied. Vacant Vito says, you look like you'd tell me in order to repent for my sins. You gotta step on my face with Thai stilettos. Hello, by the way. Hello, Vacant Vito. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thanks for coming in, and no need to get stepped on unless you want that kind of thing. I don't know, man. Commission art. Commission art for it. Sai says,
I had chicken tendies with honey mustard.
oh, chicken tendies also sound pretty good. Zenith says, okay, hello again. Welcome back, Zenith. Have you calmed down a little bit? Are you all right? Is your boner down? Blue says, volcanoes lay dormant for centuries before they blow the fuck up. You'll be fine. Whoa. Scrolling up, my friends. Brainrot says, honey mustard slaps. Honey mustard is the ultimate sauce, and I feel like more people should be recognizing that. Honey mustard is the best sauce. It's tangy, it's sweet, and it's a beautiful texture of flavors, and I love honey mustard so much. More people should be appreciating a good mustard, actually. Vacant Vito says, well, Twitch aside, whatever she's saying wasn't important. No! It is! Come back! Bloof says, okay, also, hey, May, did you know Brother Brick took Brother Beck's big blue backpack? Now, Brother Beck begs Brother Brick to bring the Beck's big blue backpack back. Damn it! I almost fucking got that one. I fucked up the fourth last word. Fuck! I'm usually pretty good at tongue twisters, not gonna lie. I'm pretty good at speaking kind of fast. I'm like a silly little radio announcer, even. Let me see, scrolling back up here because I'm super behind again. Eric says, I know I'm very behind when I say this, but I need the list of the people who are mean to you. Honestly, not even worth it because there's much more people that are wonderful and nice to me these days. Warsaw P says, if you ever visit Warsaw, I will prepare the biggest feast that makes Thanksgiving look like a value meal. Yes! Yes! Please! Oh, I'm lazy. I don't want to cook. Okami says, today I ate 8 tacos of marinated beef, pastor, and 3 cheese on homemade tortillas. God, that sounds good. Oh, you guys are making me hungry. Oh, I want to eat. Bloof says, I was scared you were gonna get it. Oh yeah? And what? What if I did get it, huh? What if I successfully read your tongue twister, huh? Aluminum linoleum, bitch. Vacant Vito says, all right, I'm back. No need to what now? I said, no need to get stepped on, my friend, but if you want to commission art for that kind of thing, go for it, man. I don't give a shit. How are you doing today, Vacant Vito? I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Axel the Cabot says, hi, May. Hi, Axel. How are you today? I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Sai says, have y'all ever tried hot honey? Hot honey's pretty good. I've had some decent hot honeys out there. I like hot honey. It's pretty good. I don't know. I feel like mustards should be more appreciated as a sauce in general because mustard is kind of a complex flavor, and I'm sick of people not talking about how complex flavors mustards can be. Also, hi, Corpse Guide. How are you, my friend? Welcome, everybody who just came back into the church. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day. Sorry, I need some water. I've been talking a lot. Give me a second, please.
Hello. Hi.
I have my water. Welcome to the church, Dave set in stone. Thank you very much for being here, and welcome in. I hope you're having a great day, and thank you for joining my church. Sai says, I had to explain to someone the difference between Cool Whip and Miracle Whip. Cool Whip is the sweet one, and Miracle Whip is the not sweet one, right? Miracle Whip is the mayo, correct? And Cool Whip is the sweet one? I don't know. And also, welcome to the church, Vacant Vito. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and also welcome to the church. Thank you very much for being here. Bloof says, Shrimp Jack 2. Ah, shit, you right. Thank you. Unshrimp. Crazy Bald Man says, greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations, my dear. How is your day going? Excuse me. Dave Set in Stone says, you know, even crazier people who don't like dill pickles but not mustard. So I don't like pickles, but I do love mustard. What's the difference? What's the difference there? I don't know. Sai says, Cool Whip is whipped cream substitute and Miracle Whip is the male substitute. Oh, I was right! I was right! Yay! I love being correct. Thank you. I'm the smartest woman on earth. Zena says, I have more followers than you on TikTok. Good for you, King. Good for you. Never a competition, my dear. I'm simply trying my best every day of my life. Let me see here. Let me see. Meow, 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 meow. Okay. Scrolling, back up here. Trucker says, me and my boy are gonna watch the new episode of Free Run. Have a good night, all. No problem at all, Truckin'. Enjoy your Free Run episodes, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you very much for being here. Enjoy your Free Run. Honestly, I got so much fucking anime I gotta catch up on. I need to catch up on the new Jujutsu Kaisen season is airing. I need to watch that. I also want to catch up on the new season of Trigun because I did really enjoy Trigun Stampede. So I want to watch the second season, but I've been hearing a lot of mixed feelings about the new Trigun season in general. Not that I know because I haven't watched it yet, but I've been seeing a lot of mixed things. I want to pick back up like another like romance show this coming anime season, but there hasn't really been anything that's really piqued my interest. So I don't know. Anime watchers, the fuck have you guys been watching? What have you guys been percolating on? Sai says, oh, I know one. May I ask for one final thing? I already watched it. The one with Scarlet Defendimion. I did watch. May I ask you for one final thing? I'm not super into villainous shows usually, but I did enjoy that one a lot. If you do not know, that's the anime where a girl punches everybody in the face with some timey-wimey powers, and it's a lot of fun. Actually, I do really enjoy it. A very fun little jaunt in the villainess anime genre. Chris says Baki is one of the best slice of life anime. I'm aware of Baki. Yeah, I know Baki. Yeah, I know Baki, my man. I know. Sai says, I need to watch Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. There are a lot of Kamen Rider themed shows that have started airing around 2 years ago as well. Interesting. Sai says, Too Many Losing Heroines was one I liked. Ooh, fuck, I forgot that aired last year. I did want to watch that. That's a good point. Bloof says JoJo Part 7 drops this year. Yes, Steel Ball Run! So anything that's been coming out in March. So I'm a March baby, and so is Church IT Tech. So whenever anything comes out in March, we've just been saying happy birthday because it's just the birthday month. And so Steel Ball Run is like kind of coming out for my birthday. It's not. My birthday is March 10th, and I think Steel Ball Run is coming out sometime around the 26th. But I'm very excited to watch it. In terms of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I read the manga through part 6, and then I stopped at part 7 because I knew 7 was a soft reboot of the series. Or not even soft reboot, hard reboot. Like a universe reset. So I'm very much looking forward to experiencing Steel Ball Run because I think that will kind of revitalize my love for JoJo. I was obsessed with JoJo in high school, and I really fell off of it because it kind of became too, I just knew everything that was going to happen because I read the manga. So I'm hoping that because I did not read part 7, I'll be able to go into it with fresh eyes once more. Scrolling back up here, as I know I'm behind again. Axel the Cabot catgirled me. Thank you, Axel. I do love being catgirled. Okami says, I'm preparing myself to see Serial Experiments Lanes after almost 24 years of not seeing it. Serial Experiments Lane is a very interesting show. I do hope that you enjoy it. Gives you a lot to think about. A lot of anime have taken like kind of little bits and pieces and experiences from Serial Experiments Lane, so it might not feel as unique as if you had watched it without seeing like much other anime, but it's still very much worth watching. Sai says Kaguya got a movie. I do want to watch the Kaguya movie, but because I know that they skipped like the entire Ishigami like arc and a lot of the last bit of the manga, which I really liked, I'm like really not excited to watch the Kaguya movie because they just do a time skip and they like end it, and I don't know, man. I'm not into that very much. I don't know. I'll get around to watching it though, because Kaguya is one of my top 3 like favorite rom-coms, so I know I need to. Meow, 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 meow. Sai says, also the Demon King's daughter is too kind. Your ovaries are gonna hate you. Huh? What? Axel the Kappa says, just playing with things to see what they do. Understandable. I hope you are having fun playing around with all my silly little toggles. Bloof says, I'm not sure if you can, but watch Uma Musume Cinderella Grey. Oh! Okay, so I still play the Uma Musume game. Uma Musume got really popular in, like, October when the global version dropped. And I really enjoy playing the game, so I really do want to get into the Uma Musume series as well. But I just haven't gotten around to, like, actually watching it. But I do want to! You are correct. I do want to.
Kimi no aibara, sokyun dokyun hashiridashi.
I like the silly little horse girls. I like the Hanses. Whereas Hot P says, if I were to recommend the one series a season apart from Free Run is the Holy Grail of Eris. I'm caught up with the manga and it's brilliant. I will have to watch a little PV trailer for that. I don't think I've seen much of that. Also, welcome to the Church Hakia. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and thank you very much for being here. Today is just a silly just chatting sermon, so feel free to sit back, relax, and yap about whatever the fuck you want to. Let's see, scrolling down here.
And also, thanks for the head pads. Thanks, guys. I like head pads.
Man, my nose is so fucking itchy right now. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I need to itch the fuck out of my nose. Hold on. What's going on? Okay. I itched my nose. I drank some water. I'm normal. Pretty Derby is a cutie slice of life anime with light sports stuff. Literally everything else is just sports! I do want to watch silly horse girl anime. Warsop says too much of that Vegas live stuff. It's the Vegas air that's getting to me, man. It's super fucking dry outside lately.
Corpse God gets sniffer!
And Gamer says, May normal? As if. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? You don't think I'm normal? You don't think I'm normal and fun? I think I'm normal and fun. What's the problem, huh? What's your problem with me, huh? I'd like to think that I'm normal. The hell? Corpse God says, Vegas has a lot of snow, if you know what I mean. Not that kind of snow. Listen, I'm very straight edge. I do not partake in the drugs. I promise. Anything weird that I say comes straight from my brain. I need no substances to help. I'm just like this on default.
Yay! Yay!
Bloof says, I heard that out of every 1,000 grains of sand in Vegas, one of them is quote-unquote snow. Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of that here. There is a lot of stuff here, and that's probably why I'm so straight edge, because I'm sick of fucking dealing with the people in my life that could not fucking be normal about substances at all. So I'm just naturally like this. You don't gotta worry about me being on any substances. I'm fun of my own volition. M Gamer says, did my redeem go through? Oh, it didn't. My tits broke again. Yep, it broke. Sorry, let me fix that for you, man. Sorry about the tits. Tits always breaks. If you have it on for like more than an hour, it'll just break of her own volition. Boof says she even has the XX on her Twitter, says she's so straight edge. No, I don't. Come on. Okay, tits is fixed. Here you go. Let me give you that redeem. For free. Give me a second. This is M Gamers rebuke you. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. I need to figure out why it stops working like every 2 hours. It's very annoying. Let me see. Higher Phantom says, for rom-coms, I know smoke. Ow, 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 ow. Thank you. Higher Phantom says, for rom-coms, I know smoking behind the supermarket with you is releasing at some point this year. I remember when the manga for that was really popular. That's the one with, like, the girl who works at the convenience store and she wears, like, a choker. Yeah, I do remember that. I did not read very much of the manga after it got super popular. So I don't know. Okami says, every bill in circulation in Vegas. has some of the snow on it. Learned that in my work at the bank, they ask us to take special attention for money obtained from Las Vegas. Yeah, fair enough. Welcome to the church, waifu wares. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. Okay, scrolling down here. Warsaw Pete says, I remember a study from one of the big cities in the UK, maybe Manchester or Glasgow or something, that people took out so much drugs there and pissed it all out, that went to the local river, that biologists found out that all the local fish and frogs were constantly high on coke and MDMA. That's crazy! The fish and the frogs were toking it up? That's funny as fuck. Also, hello, waifu wares. How are you guys doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. That's so funny. I wonder, are the lizards in Vegas coked out all the time? They're making the frogs high. They're making all the, they're coking all the lizards in Vegas out. Yeah, no, I absolutely do not blame the banks where you live for telling all of the tellers to pay special attention to the money that comes from Vegas. Very fair, very fair. Let me see. Brian Ross says, that's a great question. Dude, who knows? I wonder. I do wonder how much of that ends up in nature. But I don't know. Maybe that's a question I'd be better off not knowing the answer to. Let me see here. We're at almost around 3 hours. That's pretty much a whole hour later than I usually do for the Sunday sermons. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about today? That maybe we can wrap up on. It has been quite a little. Conductor Cow says May's inner Alex Jones came out for a second. I've never been more scared. Darn the freaking frog's gay. There's this, I hate that guy, but there's this one really funny Alex Jones edits where he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And I find it really funny. But anyway. Blue says the horn-nosed lizard developed a new species known as the powdered-nosed lizard. Damn, the coked up lizards in Vegas. Saya says, oh, I may got another anime for you to pick up, Kopen-chan. I don't know that one. Kopen-chan. Oh, it's a little penguin one. Yeah, I've not watched it, but I've definitely seen like merchandise from it. It's pretty cute. Shitbox Garage says, I start my new job tomorrow. Praying that your new job is everything that you need it to be. Hope you get paid lots of money. And congratulations on snagging the new job. I hope that it goes very well for you tomorrow. Bulma says, hiya. Hiya, Bulma. I hope that you're having a wonderful day today. How are you, my friend? Conductor Cow says, I also hate that guy. His eyes bulls out on his head like he's all on the cocaine when he gets angry. Oh, yeah. No, and he's not a good person either. I just think that the edits of him are pretty funny, where he's like, I'm gonna kill you. I hate you. Bulma says, I'm good. I'm a new follower. Welcome in, my friend. I hope that you've had a wonderful day. Sorry that you happened to come in as I was about to start wrapping up my stream here, but I hope that you have a wonderful day. I do stream 4 nights a week, and I will do my best to be back here as often as possible. And I always do Sunday sermons on Sunday. If you are new to the church, I'm here Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, or Saturdays. It depends on the week and my IRL plans and things going on. But I always stream 4 nights a week, so you can always count on finding me back here. Oh my god, hi Gold! Hello! Sorry Gold, you raided into me right as I was about to start wrapping up here, my friend. How was your Code Vein 2 stream? How did it go? Were you able to finish the game? How are you doing? Axel says, are we obligated to pray to God? No, because this is a church of music, my friend. The only thing that you're obligated to do is listen to some kick-ass music and share it with the class. Gold says, almost. Only one ending missing. Fuck yeah, man. I hope that you had a wonderful Cold Vein 2 stream. Hope you had a lot of fun. Axel says, cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anubis Goddrake says, the only god I need is Ozzy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sai says, they also announced what the ending theme for Gundam Hathaway 2 is going to be. Dude, I still haven't even watched Gundam G-Quacks. I'm so behind on all things Gundam right now. I'm super, super behind. Let's see. Size of Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Really? For Gundam? That's cool. That's sick. I like that a lot of anime is been getting into old rock lately. That's fun. That's awesome. Conductor Cow says, I don't go into churches usually as a rule of thumb. Last time I entered a church, it spontaneously combusted while I walked inside. That's because we ain't Catholic, baby. This is a church of music, my friend. Hence all of the music iconography anywhere. So hey, no bursting in the flames here. All you gotta do is listen to some kick-ass tunes.